What's up, fight fans out there? We are back at it with another edition here at Round One Sports TV. I am always your host, Edwin. Where the wall fights start? Round one. What's up, Frontline? What's up, everybody in the building? What's up, Koki? How you guys doing? Oh, what up, baby? How you guys doing? Yeah, man, we got a lot to talk about, man. There's a lot of slander on social media about these belts. And I just want to ask the question. Does Ryan Garcia need to win this belt? Is he a king without a throne, with no castle, a self-proclaimed king in boxing with no world championship? So we're going to break down this fight card, all that and more. Lock in, do me a favor, hit that like button, and let's hop right into this episode. What it do, my boxing brethrens? What it do? Listen, we have a lot of boxing coming our way, and I'm excited. I need a good boxing match to watch a good boxing match, and boy, do I hope this card delivers. When we talk about boxing matches and we talk about moments in boxing, right? And the kind of attack that Sufa is so-called against boxing. Sufa went ahead and made their little Sufa world title for whatever that's worth. Like their belt has no legacy attached to it. That Sufa belt is a hubcap to me. It has no legacy. There has been no men or women that have held that title and proven that belt yet. So we're a long way from Sufa getting the respect for a world championship, which brings us to Ryan Garcia. And the debate in boxing, a lot of people have tried to sell you guys on that, what? Belts don't matter. Really, belts don't matter. They don't? Well, then if Ryan Garcia fumbles this bag, when do you think's the next time he's going to get a title shot? And if Ryan Garcia doesn't become world champion, does he go down in boxing as king? At the end of the day, you could have all the success, and I don't hate on any man or woman for getting millions of dollars without fighting for a world title. Shout out to Jake Paul, right? Okay, fine. But you know one thing Jake Paul won't be able to do at the end of his career? Call himself world champion. And I think that, my friend, in the sport that you're in, a championship is something that everyone that's competing in their own sport is after. How dare they try to come out and feed you? Championships don't mean shit. Yeah, it sounds like a person that doesn't fight for championships. Sounds like a person that didn't ever get called up to the big match because they always lost the match before they needed to get to the championship match. You know those guys. I bet you is one of those guys that started this. Belts don't mean shit. Then Floyd heard it and everybody else heard it and they took off with it. As a matter of fact, they don't. Yes, they do. Because I'm here to ask you right now, is Ryan still a king if he doesn't win this fight against Mario Barrio? Now, Mario Barrio, the Aztec warrior, listen, he's proven himself. I wouldn't say so much on the line. Look, he's fought 4 former or current world champions throughout his career, and that's more than I can say for Ryan Garcia. Mario Barrios has been in there with Ugas. He was a former world champion. He was in there with Tank Davis. He's still a current world champion or a champion in recess, however you want to view it, right? But he was a former world champion. Then Manny Pacquiao. So Mario Barrios has been in there with his share of world champions, right? Ryan Garcia, he has a record of 24 fights, 20 big ways by knockout, 2 losses, and he got stopped one time. Now, the thing on Ryan Garcia's resume that sticks out like a sore thumb, no matter how you sell it in the boxing world, brother, you got a loss to Rondo Rolly. And I'm not taking no shots at Rondo Rolly, but at the time, Ryan, You were supposed to beat that guy. Rolly's getting better every day, as you guys can see. He's actually getting better. But you lost to Rondo Rolly, and then of course he lost to Tank Davis, right? Tank Davis being Ryan Garcia's, I think, biggest loss. You can't even count that on the win. And the Devin Haney fight never happened. All right? It never happened. That fight never happened, all right? All right? So, Ryan Garcia right now, he's been in several title fights of late, if you have not noticed. I know that the Tank Davis fight was what it was, but Tank Davis was a champion coming into that fight, right? I know that his last fight with Rolly was for a world title, which Rolly right now stands to be the champion being elevated. Mario Barrio, he at once upon a time, he was in the same situation. Remember when he beat Ugas, right? I think he beat Ugas for the WBC and he got the interim. And then Terrence Crawford left and they elevated him to full status. Is that how it went? How did it go? No. Wait. Let's see here. If my memory serves me correctly, he fought Mario Barrio. He's 29 and 18. He has 2 losses. He was stopped once. He lost to one-time Keith Thurman, right? And he lost to Tank Davis first, and then he lost to one-time Keith Thurman. Mario Barrio suffered back-to-back losses, is what happened. Then he went on and he got the last 2 draws. Give me a second here. I'm gonna pull up Mario Barrios. All right. How did that situation go with the belts? I forget how the situation went. I want to get it correctly. I don't want to guess. Mario Barrio first won the WBC interim world title, defeating Ugas by unanimous decision in September 2023, June. In 2024, the WBC officially promoted him to full championship after Terrence Crawford moved up to super welterweight. Yes, that's how it happened. I just didn't want to say anything false about the belts because I know you say the wrong belt or the wrong person, they go crazy. And I'm bad with names as it is. I just wanted to get that part right and how he acquired his world championship and how he got into the position that he's in. Mario Barrio fought the great Manny Pacquiao, and in these fights, see, Mario Barrio has not proven right now that a lot of boxing enthusiasts thinks that the eye of the tiger, that Aztec warrior that once lived inside Mario Barrio, is not there anymore. And I disagree. I think that fights are like a lot of things in life. It takes the right fight to get you out of bed. It takes the right fight to interest you. And I think that Mario Barrio may have taken that Manny Pacquiao fight a little bit light, like a money grab type thing. He was going to get in there, throw a couple punches with the old guy, outclass him, and I think it ended up turning into a fight. So Mario Barrio, I've seen him box well, and I've seen Ryan Garcia fight even better. Ryan Garcia is a tricky fighter because him in his own right, he's kind of like an orthodox fighter, Ryan Garcia. Sometimes he drops his hands, he lunges in, and he's got a snappy check hook. We all know about it. It's like Ryan Garcia is the type of fighter, you know what he's going to do. You just can't stop it. I knew fighters like that my whole life. Errol Spence Jr. was one of them. Errol Spence Jr. fought the exact same way every fight he's ever had. The exact same way. You knew exactly what he was going to do. You just couldn't stop him. He was relentless. So Ryan Garcia possesses some traits I'm not going to say he's Errol Spence Jr. No, by no stretch of the imagination. But what I'm saying is he is consistent. And that check hook, man. But in the Rolly fight, I'm concerned because Ryan Garcia, right? Ryan Garcia got stunned bad in the Rolly fight, and he really shied away. He stopped engaging with Rolly. He felt his power. And I don't think Ryan Garcia want any part of Rolly's power after that shot, right? So I've seen Ryan Garcia shy away. I've seen Ryan Garcia get hit big in the Tank Davis fight. He got hit flush in the chin and got back up and went back into the fire. So I've seen two different versions of Ryan, just like I've seen two different versions of Ryan leading into a fight. What has me concerned in this fight right here is that when Ryan was just like this, doing antics, fighting in his living room, you can add that to like the ways he was acting in the Devin fight. When he was in the Devin fight, he was coming in on white horses, shirt open, out on the Empire State Building with a backpack, no shirt on. Everybody got jackets and shit. It's freezing. Ryan's up there flexing his muscles. It's so cold that his tattoos were shrinking, right? So Ryan be doing some crazy shit, right? So when you observe him, the last time I saw Ryan like that, I said, yo, I got Devin. And he went and fooled the whole world. He went and fooled the whole world, right? So when I'm looking at Ryan like this, I'm starting to wonder, right at that point where you start to give up on him, when you think that Ryan's out of control, when you think that Ryan is not disciplined, when you think that, and all of a sudden, fucking, that's where he gets the name, King Ryan. And moments like that, he does some good shit, right? Now, what fucks Ryan up is many things. His record, a lot of things mess it up. The Rolly loss, the scandal with Devin Haney, you can't count that really as a fight. And then his other wins, his losses oversee his wins. He didn't get a win against Tank Davis. He didn't beat him. He got Tank Davis on his record, but as a loss. You're defined by your wins and your losses. So Ryan doesn't have that signature win. Oscar Duarte is one of the people that he beat that's actually fighting on the card. He's going to be fighting Richard Hitchens. And shout out to Oscar Duarte and good luck. Good luck to you. But I think Richard Hitchens is going to jab his head off. But we can talk about that later. So, in this moment, we start to tally up everything Ryan has done. This man is so bold. Not only did he come out and self-proclaim himself King Ryan, he didn't get a tattoo of one crown. He got a tattoo of 3 crowns. He put his crown on top of other crowns to signify he's a king amongst kings. That's what he put on his back. You guys seen the tattoo? And those are big shoes to fill. If you're going to put that kind of pressure on yourself, well then, brother, you're going to have to do something. Am I right? If you're going to be called a king, you're going to have to do king shit. You're going to have to go invade other castles. You're going to have to conquer land. You're going to have to establish yourself as the one true king. Neoya, the monster Inui. One true king. That's how you do it. And Ryan, as of right now, you got a lot of work to do. A lot. You don't even got one. So we start to tally up everything Ryan's been a part of. You start to notice something here. In that Rolly fight, there was a belt on the line. Right? And he didn't win it. In the Devin fight, they put a belt on the line. He didn't even make weight. All right? So, and then he fought world champion Tank Davis. All right? So, You can't say that Ryan hasn't had his opportunity. For Ryan Garcia, once upon a time, try to sell you the fact that belts ain't shit. Well said for a man that keeps trying to fight for one. And well said for a man's career that will be defined at the end of your career if you never win a world title. What is Ryan Garcia? And that I ask you, the viewing public. What is Ryan Garcia if he does not win a world title and retires out of the sport of boxing? You know who Ryan Garcia is? Jake Paul. And now both of them, you can rub them together. Will you get one world title now, will you? And at the end of the day, Ryan, you can say anything you want. Jake Paul, you can say you made more money than the average fighter by far and never was a world champion. Congratulations. But you know what you won't be able to say? That you were a world champion. So I ask you, does belts matter? How is it that belts don't matter? If you're going to be defined by how many belts, how many divisions you conquered. You see, so in a sense, I think that Ryan Garcia, he has the potential to become a world champion. For as much as I'm nervous about him, I start to get a little eager. I think I got him figured out. Ryan Garcia. And if I'm right, Ryan Garcia is about to shock the world. He's about to shock the world. This, I don't know what it is about Ryan. I don't know what it is. I never thought he was going to beat Tank. That yes. On that, I just thought that Tank was just going to outsmart the kid. I thought that Tank was too smart on his feet, crafty, punches hard. I never thought that. But anybody else, I thought Ryan can beat, even including Devin Haney. Yes. Had it not been for the P's or whatever, I still thought Ryan can do it. When he started pulling it off and I was like watching it unfold and I was watching Oscar De La Hoya jump up out of his seat in his little gold fucking jacket, he was like, going crazy, right? It shocked me, yes, but I still thought that Ryan could do real well against Devin because of their amateur background, because they went 3-3 and they were so young. There was only so much you can change. And Ryan was always bigger. So in the amateurs, and I think Ryan won the last ones, right? Devin won the earlier ones or some shit. So when I looked that up, during the fight, so I always had Ryan in it, always. It's just that Ryan's discipline to the game turns me off. I don't think there's no controlling him. I don't think once you give a kid that much money that has way more money than his father, he's not listening to his dad. And then he starts to spiral out of control. And his little brother is not helping him much. He's just egging him on. And Ryan, he seems stubborn. He's a smart fighter, but he's very stubborn in his ways. He just believes he can do it all. I can do this from home. Sounds like an alcoholic that says, I don't need this treatment. I can go home and do this. Yeah, right. You'll be drunk within 24 hours, bro. You know what I mean? You have an uncle or something that drinks a lot. That's how they are, right? He's like, I'm not going to drink no more. And 24 hours, he's drunk, right? So it's like Ryan thinks he can go and do what it takes to become a world champion from the comfort of his home. And that makes me nervous, right? But once again, is this another trick from Ryan Garcia? Is he trolling all of us right now? This is what you see, but this is not what I'm doing. The great Floyd taught us all that. Remember when back in the day, there wasn't really no social media, it was TMZ. So Floyd would go out to the club and TMZ, all them, paparazzi, whatever, would show up and take pictures of him. His opponents would see him in the club flashing money. 15 minutes later, Floyd sneaks out the back door into his car or starts jogging down the street back into training at like 2 in the morning. Floyd's in the gym training. Yeah, it was all just a gimmick. And the great ones taught us that there's a part of boxing that's entertainment. You have to be in front of a camera. And they always said, careful how you use it. Not everybody thinks alike. Just like I told my brother, when Ryan Garcia got on that stage and downed that beer and missed weight, my brother was like, look at him. He's out of control. He's drinking a beer. I looked right at my brother as my witness. I said, what makes you think that there's beer inside that bottle? How about there's not apple juice or water? What makes you think that there's beer? He came with an open beer. It's what you see. You're thinking he's spiraling out of control. You know what I mean? Thank you, Frontline. Let's get these likes up. You see what I'm saying? And like, I think that Ryan, he knows how to work a spotlight. Ryan is somebody that has been in front of the camera more than your average boxer. And Ryan has had all these kind of social media things and he's always online. And when you see these things go down in social media, you become social media hip and aware. You start to realize things like gimmicks, trickery, trolling. And I think that Ryan, whether he knows it or not, see, I don't know if he knows he's doing it sometimes because it's that good. Sometimes I think it looks genuine. But when he was out here saying the kids and this and that looked pretty genuine to me, didn't it? It looked like a man spiraling, melting down, right? As a matter of fact, the New York Boxing Athletic Committee called them in and they were threatening to cancel the fight because of Ryan's mental state, remember? And Ryan's lawyer said, technically, Ryan has never tried to harm anyone or himself. We have the freedom of speech. He can say whatever he wants, long as he never says he's going to harm himself or anybody else, then he's not mentally unstable then. And they had to let the fight continue. So Ryan's been in this, and that's what makes me think, that I know that, look at Mario Barrio with Joe Guzman now, Joe Guzman one time being with Ryan Garcia, and Ryan Garcia getting up there making t-shirts. And I started looking at this shit and I was saying to myself, that's the old Ryan right there with Devin. The guy with the gimmicks, gonna overtalk you, show emotion. He was a little all over the place. I was like, where did I see this before? In the Devin fight. I didn't see this shit in the Rolly fight. In the Rolly fight, Ryan was all reserved. There was really no shit talking. In the Rolly fight, Ryan was all like coming off the layoff. Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm training well. He was just saying regular shit in the Rolly fight. And he didn't show up. But these kind of like meltdowns that he's having and all these little, that's where, and I'm saying to myself, is Ryan Garcia about to pull off one of the biggest upsets? Because let's be honest. I know Mario Barrio has the better resume. He's been in there with the better fighters. You can say anything you want about Devin Haney and Tank Davis. One Manny Pacquiao wraps both of them up. One Manny Pacquiao. So you can forget about that. And you can argue the age, whatever. It doesn't matter, bro. If Manny Pacquiao took it upon himself to go in there and fight Mario Barrio and he would have lost, would that loss go on Manny Pacquiao's record? Well, then you got to give him credit for going in there and getting the draw then. or if he would have got the win. We're not gonna play that. He fought Manny Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying? So now that's where things get really interesting because um for me anyway, see, because Mario Barrio is not gonna have a title defense yet. He's coming off 2 draws, right? So he still hasn't had a title defense. So he hasn't solidified that championship. This is big for Mario Barrio. He's got to solidify because you know how we talk, right? And it's not a rule in boxing. It's not a rule, right? But amongst champions, if you win a world title, that is awesome. You are a champion, yes. But amongst champion, you solidified everything by a title defense. If you defend that belt, you win it and defend it, you completed the ritual. You are an official world champion amongst champions. You have to defend the belt at least once. You got to win it and defend it. It's always been like that. So Mario Barrio needs that. You know, that's just for, you know, yes, he needs it. In my eyes, he needs it. Yeah, you got to win that belt. You got to defend it, bro. You got to defend the belt, man. That it's just a part of it. And I know it's not a rule, but yeah, you're going to want to do that. And that's why I gave Brian Norman Jr. a lot of credit when he didn't fight Jerron Butsinis and he went out there and fought Jin because he wanted that, get that title defense underneath your belt. You know, Abdullah Mason, I want him to get a title defense underneath his belt. Listen, Xander, I wanted him to get it. He just as bold as he said, fuck a title defense. I'm going after another belt. Yo, shout out to you, Xander. That's some champion shit right there. So, and if you haven't noticed, everything I'm talking about has to do with what? Belts. Belts. Ryan Garcia is going to need a belt. He's going to need a belt. Unless Ryan Garcia, see, he's just going to be the boy that cried wolf if he retires without a belt. You know, he was giving a lot of opportunities, and he's going to go down in history as that fighter that could never get over that hump. And amongst his contemporaries, the men that came up with him, like the Devin Haney's and the Tank Davis and the Teofimo Lopez, they all became world champion. Out of all the 4 horsemen, Ryan Garcia is the only one that has not gotten a world title. And they have put him in position several times. You know, how embarrassing is that going to be to look back at your peers? To look back at your legacy. You know, Devin's going to be older. Ryan's going to be older. Tank, they're all going to be sitting down. Tio, they're going to be talking about what they did. Tio's going to say, man, I reigned from this time. I had 2 ring belts. Tank is going to say, I had the WBA. Did I say I have the WBA? Yeah, Tank, sit down. Anyway, and then Devin's going to be like, look at all these belts I got, right? And Ryan's going to be sitting there with that makeshift Burger King crown. It's got to be paper because your crown ain't going to mean shit. You got to have one of those Ronald McDonald paper. You guys remember those? Do they still do that? Where they used to give you like the crown, right? And you attach it in the back for sizes. Yeah, it's going to be Ryan Garcia's crown. It's not going to be worth much. You, my boy, you got no gold, no kingdom, but you call yourself king. And like I said, you were so cocky and so arrogant that you had to go put on 3 crowns on your back, driven by a sword, which solidifies you must be the king. Well, I'll tell you what, Ryan, Saturday night, the stage is yours. the world will be watching. I'll be there. I'm gonna have a fight party live. I invite you to tune in here at Round One Sports Talk, where the Notre Dame world title will be on the line. And we're gonna have a lot of people coming in trying to pick the fighter. We usually only do the main event. So it's going to be the Ryan Garcia, Mario Barrio. The Notre Dame world title will be on the line then. We play up to it to get warmed up. You know, we'll throw out a little interim belt every now and then. You know, Bam Bam Boogie, he had the youth championship, but he was stripped. He was stripped. He doesn't meet the qualifications of a championship, youth champion. So we had to take that back from him. You know what I'm saying? So, so we sit here on Round One Sports Talk. We have a hell of a time. We talk, we watch, we talk shit about boxing, and we see the outcome. And Ryan Garcia and Mario Barrio, Saturday night is yours. The world will be watching. And on that fight, while leading up into the main event, we have some interesting fights on that card too as well. We have Gary Antoine Russell Jr. and we have also Andy Hiroka. Now, Andy Hiroka, if you don't know much about him, he's a 6 foot tall Japanese kid. He looks like a Japanese brother. You know the sword, that Japanese cartoon, right? That's how kind of I view him. He's darker. He's on the dark end of Asians, right? And he shaves his hair down bald all the time. Straight warrior. He looks like a monk, kind of, right? Bro, the man can fight. But I think Gary Antoine Russell was a bit too much for Andy Hiroka now. I think I saw some footage on Gary Antoine Russell, a little bit of training footage, man. That man looks ready. He looks ready. I just hope that he cuts the weight right and he comes in good, hydrate properly, for this fight. This is a moment for Gary Antoine Russell as an American fighter as well. He must defend that belt. You got to complete the ritual. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? So will be a title defense against the number one mandatory fighter in Andy Hiroka. Now, Andy Hiroka, listen, guys, let me tell you something. Before you guys just go to Vegas or wherever you're going and lay down your money on a fighter, please take the time to look over Andy and make your decision. You know what I'm saying? Gary Antoine Russell, of course, he has a great record. 18 fights, 17 big ways by knockout. He has one loss where he lost to Alberto Puello that went on to lose to Subriel Matias and so forth and so forth. But Gary Antoine Russell came back to a world title fight against Jose Valenzuela. And he beat Jose Valenzuela and took away the WBA world title, which he owns today. Now, listen, I want to make this note. I would just want to let you know that when you see the fight odds, you're going to notice that Gary Antoine Russell has a 94% knockout ratio. You're going to notice that. And it's big because I know that's going to light up your eyes. Whoa, 94? This guy knocks out everybody, right? Okay. But as you go up in competition, your competition also goes up. Sometimes your knockouts become less and far in between, or sometimes even like the great ones, they're even able to maintain it at a high level because they are the standards of boxing. Gary Antoine Russell has a really high knockout ratio. He's a southpaw. He's 5'10", and he has a 69-inch arm reach, right? Okay. Now, look, when you look up Andy Hiroka, right, his record, 24 fights, I get it. 24 fights, 19 big ways by knockout. Andy Hiroka, right, he's 5'11" and a half. He has a 74-inch arm reach, okay? And he's also a southpaw, right? Now, when you look at his record and his resume, yes, a lot of his fights were in Japan. And people are going to say a lot about that. They're going to, he's never really fought, right? But I got to admit, Damn, bro. He's coming off of a massive knockout streak. Andy Hiroka. A massive. Listen, what was it? He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He's on a 10-fight knockout streak coming into this fight. The Japanese dude. Yes, he is. 10-fight knockout streak in a row. Yeah. Once upon a time, Gary Antoine Russell had 100% knockout record going into the fight with Alberto Puello. Alberto Puello took that away from him. Yeah. So, 10 knockout streak. The experience with Gary Antoine Russell versus 10 knockouts. Andy Hiroka did fight, I'm not gonna dress his guys up. I mean, he fought his share of competitors, but he has more 12-round experience than I thought. I scrolled up and he actually has more 12-round experience. He has a tricky record because he's coming off a 12-round fight, but then he went to an 8-round fight, a 12-round fight, 12, a 10, a 12, a 12. Oh yeah, no, wait a minute. He can go the distance. How many times has he gone the distance though? Well, he went the distance the last 10 fights ago, 11. That's right. I don't need to be a rocket scientist to figure that out. From the last time he went the distance was 10 rounds. Okay, my man. He went to deep waters with Jin. And that's the guy that Brian Norman Jr. laid out. He went 11 rounds with him. Then he stopped him in the 11th. Okay. I mean, Jin, he's dangerous. He is dangerous, right? I just think that Gary Antoine Russell, when I break it down in my head, right? When I break it down in my head, there's a lot of things to take into this kind of fight because their fighting styles kind of caters to each other. The thing is that Andy Hiroka, he takes breaks in between the round. Gary is relentless with his pressure, right? Gary, sometimes he abandons the jab, but when his jab is working, he can work good off the jab. The good thing about Gary Antoine Russell, he's strong. He's real strong. I think that Andy Hiroka's, strong. I just don't think he's Gary Antoine Russell strong. I think that this fight is going to go down to who's tougher at the end. I think once the beards check out in the fight, once Gary sees that, he could take his punch and he could take his punch, once the beards check out, I think we're just going to have a fight, and it's going to be a fight of endurance, mental fortitude, and toughness. I think it's going to be one of those kind of fights. And then Gary's going to out-tough him, Andy Hiroka. That's how I see that fight playing out in my head. That's how I see it. It could be a lot easier. Gary can go in there and wipe him down. I don't got no crystal ball. Or do I? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So, look, I think that I got Gary in the fight. I think he's going to make a title defense, and then it's on to the next. It's on to the next, baby. And then from there, I can see Gary trying to unify. I don't know. What Dalton Smith is doing. I don't know what Shakur is going to do. We asked about these fights with Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez, right? Then all of a sudden, you start to figure out that Shakur Stevenson was the one that alerted the WBC, and he wanted them to hold on to that 135-pound title when the WBC just wanted to vacate it. And then Shakur said, "No, don't vacate it. I'll pay sanctioning fees," because you got to understand, at the time, Shakur Stevenson was the WBC champion at 135. You're working and representing the WBC organization as their champion. You're asking them to go off and fight for someone else's belt when you're supposed to be representing us. So go ahead, go fight for their belt. We'll just take our belt. We see you no longer want to do, you want to move up. He says, no, I want to hold on to that. WBC says, well, the only way you can hold on to it is by acknowledging that we're allowing you to fight in that fight and you still want to represent us. So if you want to go fight that fight and hold on to this, it's like you were fighting on that night for us. And Shakur said yes. Now that he has the 140 title and he beat Teofimo Lopez, is he prepared to defend the belt? Or are you just fucking around with boxing? Are you going back down on 135? What are we doing, Shakur? Because boxing needs to continue. We want to see world championship fights. We want to see the best fighting the best. And I know that's hard to do sometimes, but you do get it. You do get it. The best fighting the best. Not every time we got it was under the right circumstances. A little bit too late, too long. Some tragedies. Errol Spence Jr., Terrence Crawford. You know, but when we do get those kind of fights, they're cool to watch. I got to admit. And right now, Ryan Garcia, Richard Hitchens, as well as fighting on this card against Duarte. My boy Frontline thinks Duarte is going to come in there and shock the world against Richard Hitchens. Yo, Frontline, salute, baby. Look at it. He said Duarte for the upset. He even wrote it. Brian Norman Jr. was on a 3 knockout streak and got dropped. Yes. Yes, he was, my man. Yes, he was. Doesn't mean he got Andy got 10 knockouts. Like, who the fuck you knock out? You know, like Andy, like, you know what I'm saying? You ain't knock out no fighter in the top 10, right? I don't think he knocked out anybody in the top 10. Let me see. No. Andy Oroka has 24 fights. He has 19 big ways by knockout, and he's undefeated. So, let me think here. No, he ain't never fought nobody in the top 15. Who can I give? No. His best opponent, right? Hell no. The old man that beat the shit out of fucking Rolly? But what was his ranking? I would have to look him up on BoxRec. Nah, I don't think he's not in the top 15. No, I'm pretty confident saying that. So, yeah, although Andy has some, you know, I'm just giving you all the facts. You know, I'm just reporting everything, you know. And, yeah, I believe in Gary Antoine Russell. I think he's going to get it done. And as far as Andy goes, you know, I always give you both sides, right? And I'm going to tell you right now, Andy Oroka has probably boxed his entire life. He was born in Japan, you know, as a little kid. He's probably dreamed about a moment where he would win a world title. I can almost guarantee you that. And this is Andy Oroka's moment. This is Andy Oroka's time to play spoiler and to take the belt back to Japan, where many Japanese fighters in recent time now have taken the belts back where? To Japan. Back to Japan. So Andy's trying to come in here and he has his own dreams and expectations on himself. So may the best man win. I got Gary Antoine Russell, but Andy, brother, listen, this is boxing. This is warrior shit. I would never get mad if you beat Gary Antoine Russell. I love competition too much. I understand competition. I don't get personally invested with the fighter. I'm not a fan. I report boxing. You know what I mean? And I'm here to report all the big fights with you guys. And I want to know what you guys think about all these guys, all these fights. You know, Richard Hitchens, man, Duarte, my boy Frontline is convinced. He's not convinced. He knows Duarte is going to pull the upset with, and I'm trying to tell you, see, Africa looks good against all these kind of fighters. I think the most dangerous fighter that Africa has fought to date is Liam Paro. Liam Paro can look a little like not because he's not flashy. Liam Paro's not flashy, but what he is consistent, accurate, and smart. Can try to solve a problem in that fight. And the one problem he couldn't solve in the fight with Richard Hitchens was that jab, man. And Richard Hitchens taught George Camboza a boxing lesson. It was truly remarkable to watch him like just work behind his jab, the way he set things up. I think that Oscar Duarte is a good fighter. He's a good fighter, but I don't think that he has enough to get into the inside and make it real ugly for Richard Hitchens, because at the same time, Richard can fight in the inside. He has a sharp uppercut in the inside. He has pretty good timing, and he's big.
Edwin, I think you froze. Nah, Henny. The one who's biased is me. Edwin is down the middle. I'm the biased one when it comes to Puerto Ricans.
Yo, we here? We back? We back? He's calling around passing from brother. We back? We back? We back? We good? We good? Yo,
Yo,
yeah,
yo,
you there?
I'm here.
Ah, we got it. Something's wrong with my internet.
Oh,
I don't know what happened.
was it your Wi-Fi or something?
Yeah, I don't know. I think there's an accident. When my wife was coming in, she was saying something about an accident. She went out to get the people.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Hey, Henny, in case you didn't hear me the first time, I'm gonna say it again. The biased one is me, not round one when it comes to Puerto Rican fighters. That's me. I'm biased as
That's
fuck.
this guy. This guy right here. This guy right
Biased
here.
as
No,
fuck.
I will. I like. I love all fighters though, but of course, I'll talk up a little bit on the Puerto Rican guys. But if he's gonna lose the fight, he's gonna lose the fight. I'm gonna call it like I see it.
And I'm
You
still
know.
rooting for him. Win, lose, or draw. That's
I
my
didn't take
guy.
Edgar Berlanga in the fights, but my man here did. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
He takes all the Puerto Rican. He bets with his heart. This guy, he
That
wants
shit.
to make a bet with his heart all the time. He goes with the Puerto Rican flag. I don't do that shit. You listen. I gotta call it like I see it. That's it. You know what I mean? But I live vicariously through this guy right here. You know what I'm saying? When I can't be biased,
You,
I allow him to be
you know why I
biased.
go? You know why I go for my guys with that flag? Porque
Yo,
somos guerrero. We don't
hey,
quit.
that's what it is.
Win, lose,
Well,
or
me,
draw. We don't quit at all.
I'm bound by the way I see it. A
I
lot
got you though,
thousands of
Edwin.
people.
I
Yeah,
got your
thousands of
back,
people.
Edwin.
Yeah, thank you. No, thousands of people come in and they hear me talk, and you'll hear me talking about one side. Just stick around because you're gonna hear it for the other side too. Because here at Round One Sports Talk, we believe I'm talking on both sides of the street, both fighters. Sometimes I can get in my competitive nature and go on about one guy, yes, but I mean to always put both sides because I'm already tired of this shit. Aren't you guys? That no sooner that they beat this guy, he's a cab driver. That guy was nobody. I'm trying to tell you, if Gary Antoine Russell beats Andy Hiroka, you guys better, and I'm going to give Gary Antoine Russell his respect for beating not just any guy, not anybody in the top 30. He
It's the
beat the
number one
number one
contender.
mandatory.
Yep.
The number one mandatory. So we got to start talking these other guys up and
Hey, real
really
quick, we got a box lab card
validating their.
tomorrow too, Edwin.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Is there any fight on that card that you interest you?
Uh, di- um, I didn't see him in the weigh-in, but he was on the flyer.
Yep.
Was Joe Bed Cayaso? He was supposed to be
Yeah.
fighting. I don't know what happened there.
Okay.
There's another Puerto Rican kid fighting. They call him Smiley because that motherfucker's always smiling, but he hit
Yeah.
hard.
Mm.
Um,
Mm. Who
and then you
knows?
got the
Maybe we might watch the box lab card and The Mexicans might try to throw another Puerto Rican
The-
on us.
There's a
You know
couple
what I
Mexicans on
mean?
that card too. They got tough fights. Tough fights. Hey, but the fight on Saturday that I'm most interested on,
Yep.
that really caught my attention at the press conference,
Yep.
was the Frank Martin and Albright.
Yeah. Yeah.
They
You
was
know, it's
talking
not.
their shit. They actually
Listen.
hyped it up.
Listen.
Hey,
It's.
Edwin, real quick, I think you're talking out of your computer mic. Your regular mic's
Am
not
I?
working. Yeah, you've been the whole show. If you read the comments, you would have
How the
noticed that.
now I switched it.
What I see.
The whole time I've been talking to computer
Yeah,
mic.
I wrote it in the chat earlier,
Ah,
and I,
what do you got on? Why wasn't that the first thing you said?
because it kicked me out immediately. Your
Ah,
shit froze, but it's all you. We still heard you.
oh yeah.
Yeah, we still heard you. It's
Nah, but
just you can tell.
that quality, that mic quality had to be like echoey because the mic's way over here and shit for the laptop. You
Yeah,
know, it probably sounded like I was in a fucking tunnel or something.
it sure did.
Yeah, I can imagine. Shit. I hate when that happens. See, when the system starts glitching out, it'll turn off some things. You know what I mean? We got the $5 super chat, the first of the day. My
Jeho
man. Woo!
Jehoshaphat.
You know what I'm
Salute.
saying? Hey yo, that was for fixing the mic. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Bobos, I heard that he had troubles with his visa on getting in,
Mm.
and they finally let him in. Dude, that's a bad that can go against Hiroka for tomorrow's for Saturday's fight.
I mean,
He's
giving
got that
Apple
time lag.
the time lag, yeah, giving acclimated to the, the environment, the jet lag or anything, and it could be. So let me ask you something, Frontline. I know why you're here. Why the hell do you think that Oscar Duarte got a shot against
Be
Africa? What's
I'm gonna
up?
tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. There's a lot of reasons why. You think what you think that Duarte's this fucking bum that coming from a fucking Mexican bar out there somewhere that they just picked him? Fuck no, bro. Duarte. You gotta understand the fights that he lost. He
I
was
gotta
weight. He was
wait.
weight drained.
Wade Drain, Ryan Garcia beat the shit out of him, knocked out his back molder. Are you
Yeah.
forgetting that fight? Like,
No, I'm not forgetting that fight.
you know,
But the point I'm saying, what you will call it,
the problem is
Hitchens,
the pro.
Hitchens,
Okay, let's do.
Hitchens,
Yep.
Hitchens doesn't like pressure.
Eh,
Hitchens,
I
I
think
don't I don't
Liam
know
Paro
if
pressured
Duarte,
him in
yeah, but
Puerto
Deal Power was a
Rico.
pussy compared
Oh,
to
stop it. Yeah, you want to talk about that little triangle theory? You say, yeah, but Liam Paro. Okay, how about this, bro? You lost to Ryan Garcia. That lost to Rowley.
we're not
Duarte.
using the, you know, I don't use
All
triangle
right then.
theories.
All right then. No, you brought it into the
No,
conversation.
what you brought Paro in. I didn't bring
I,
Paro in. You brought him in.
you
What
and
I'm
Neil
saying is,
Barway.
yeah, Paro ain't shit. But
You
anyways,
see,
that's only because he beat Subriel. That's why he
because he
ain't
beat
shit.
some bread, you little
Yeah, he
biased
ain't
Puerto
shit.
Rican. You listen.
Hey, but listen,
What?
I think the pressure, Duarte's, he looks ready, and I think the pressure he's gonna bring to Hitchens, I don't think Hitchens gonna that jab's gonna keep Duarte off
Yo no
of.
creo que
Nah,
tiene suficiente para ir.
I don't think so.
Lo duro. No.
You don't think so?
Nah. I just
I-
don't think that he listen. Duarte is good and he looks good when he fought like okay he's like on a 4 fight winning streak, right, since he lost to Ryan, right? Okay, but those guys weren't like top tier wins,
Sí,
you know.
Melasa got a good point right there. He said Duarte está grande y Hitchens nunca ha peleado con un boxeador agresivo y grande. So what he said was Duarte's bigger than Hitchens, and Hitchens has never fought with a boxer that's bigger and as aggressive
I
as.
disagree. I did wait well okay, wait a minute. Okay, but let me say this definitively, hold on. Okay, so Richard Hitchison, matter of fact, let's break this down, hold on, let's break this down. Uh Yo, ironically, they still don't got on Box Rec Mario Barria as the WBC World Champion. You notice that? They never put his
No,
name down. Why? They never put his
I
name
don't.
down in Box Rec. Why?
I don't know.
But
But listen, I'm not taking nothing away from Hitchens. Let's make that clear. I'm not taking nothing away from Hitchens. Hitchens is a good boxer, but a boxer with Duarte's Mexican style with aggression and pressure and always in your face. Remember, he's not Lemos.
Jose
Lemos
Cepeda, you don't. I mean, you don't. At the time, he was what 37-3. He fought him, but Jose Cepeda was a decent Mexican pressure, tall. Kind of like he was more on the skinny side, but he did
when he
fill in
fought who?
pretty
When he fought
well.
Hitchens,
Yeah.
bro, that's like giving him that's like giving Keyshawn credit for being Jose Pedraza. It's a good name on the resume, but it was a washed up Pedraza. Jose Cepeda was washed up at the time he fought Duarte, and I'm not taking because Cepeda at his prime was a fucking animal.
Hitchens struggled with Lamos, and he was smaller at 135, blown up.
Blow up. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. You cannot
You
doubt
cannot doubt
anybody.
anybody out
Anybody.
of Robert Garcia's boxing academy. Duarte is bigger than Hitchens. I listen. I like I said, I'm not taking nothing away from Hitchens. Hitchens is a phenomenal boxer. He's got a phenomenal jab. He's got phenomenal footwork. He's got phenomenal ring IQ. But in my eyes, my point of view, the way I see things, I see the pressure that Duarte is gonna bring and the aggression, that jab that Hitchens has, and that footwork. He's gonna have nowhere to run.
Yeah. But Gustavo Lemos was a good pressure fight for him, and he dealt with that kind of boxer that you're talking about. I
Bro,
think
in my opinion,
I
and in
think
a lot of people's
he
opinion, he
fixed the
lost that fight.
category.
He
Yeah,
lost
he
that fight.
did. Okay, I'm not arguing that point with you. I think that Richard Hitchinson lost that fight against him too, as well. I can agree, but he's passed that kind of test. You know what I'm saying? He's fought with a guy like that already. Now I think that Oscar Duarte. Look, if Oscar Duarte on for me, that would be the upset alert for me on this card. Who's your upset of the night on this card, guys? Who
Dude,
you guys the biggest upset? And for me, if Oscar Duarte beats Richard Hitchens, that would be for me the biggest upset on this card. Because
nah,
yeah,
I
because
don't think so.
Ryan and Mario's is like a 50-50 fight basically because Mario's coming off two draws. The guy can't find a way to win. Ryan Garcia's coming off a loss, but he's got that check hook. So I think that's a 50-50. The Gary Antoine Russell and Hiroka, I think that's a 60-40 Gary Antoine Russell's way. Um, when I'm looking at the Richard Hitchens, I think honestly,
I think
I
I
don't want
think
to
the
disrespect
Albright
you, but I think that's a 70-30. And I
for
think that
who?
the
For
Albright
Hitchens?
for Hitchens,
Está
I think,
loco.
bro, I think Oscar might not win a round.
You're smoking,
Yeah,
Edwin.
bro, that's how crazy I'm getting. Yeah, listen, smoking, I'm on it. I'm on it right now.
Listen.
Listen.
Oh shit! Look, they're saying, and I didn't know this, but thank you guys in the chat. Duarte's being trained by the one and only Robert Garcia.
Oh yes, 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 he is. Now, I'm not
So
I'm not sure that Robert Garcia can fight for Duarte in the ring on that night. I respect all Robert Garcia's fighters, but they're not all the same. They're not all equal.
yeah,
Okay.
look at low key
Um, yeah,
upset parlay, special parlay. Barrios to win, Duarte to win, Andy to win, and Albright.
this guy is you said I was smoking. He picked
No, but
all he's going for the money. That's
yeah,
how he wins. He's
exactly
going
that.
for the money. You
He's
see
going
how
for the
that
money. You
is?
can't knock him though. Damn, I don't even know what that parlay is. I should look it up.
He's going for
Oscar
the
probably
money.
has.
He's
He's
going
going
for
for
the
the money.
yeah. That's how me and you we put our bet. Remember, we went for
Yeah.
the money. We went for all the underdogs. It wouldn't have been our initial bet, like, but we took a shot. We was like, "Fuck it, this pays out more. We gonna take a shot at it like that type shit." You know what I mean?
Hold on. I got. Hold on. Let me pull up
Thank you. I
the
love you.
odds. Let me pull up the odds over here.
Yeah,
Vamos a
pull
ver
up, pull up the
a ver
odds.
lo que hay. Here we go. Let's see what we got here. We got plus 260 for Andy Hiroka.
Okay.
We got plus 300 for Duarte. Plus 275 for Albright.
Plus
And
three
plus
hundred.
200 for Barrios.
See, so the Barrio. I told you the Barrio fire is closer.
And then, dude, if you want to go against Agbeko versus the Bully, that's plus 900. But I think this one they get the Bully. They're trying to get him back into the
We about to knock this dude out. Back to bully.
yeah. They're
Yeah.
trying to get him.
No, they got him
Yo,
tagged
that
already.
Lee Wood and Josh Warrington fight. I guess this is in UK Saturday.
Mhm.
They got that fight pretty much 50-50.
That's a rematch.
Joshua Edwards it's minus 10,000 versus Brandon Colantonio.
What?
Minus 10,000 plus 2,000 for Brandon. That's crazy.
You don't
Anyways,
win no money with that bet.
you lose money.
You lose money if you put money on him. Damn.
But listen, shout out to the guys in the chat. I really, dude, with Garcia and Duarte's corner, Garcia might pull a couple tricks out of
And news.
Duarte.
Don't
Yeah,
sleep
don't
on
sleep on
Duarte.
Duarte. I'm telling you, that might. I'm not even thinking that being the upset of the night. I think the upset of the night is Albright. Albright gave both Davis brothers trouble. I think he could give Martin trouble.
Well, the David family doesn't have a win against Albright, so he's up 2-0. He got a
Yeah,
no contest with Keyshawn Davis, and he just beat up the older brother. So Albright got it's 2-0 against the Davis family.
yeah.
It's not his fault. He tested positive for marijuana. It's a no contest. You might have won the fight, but hey, you lost on paper. So
I gotta go with my Latinos on this one. I do
on which one? On which one?
on the Duarte versus
You gotta
Hitchens.
go with
I gotta
Duarte.
go with my Latinos. I have to. There's no way around that.
And that's why your ass be losing.
That's all right.
Because you be picking with your heart.
I'm not picking with my heart. I'm picking with my
What
my
you
my
mean?
Latin. I got my Latinos
The last
winning.
time you went with the Latino dude, the Puerto Rican dude, against fucking Brian Norman Jr., he got starched.
Yeah, he did.
He
He
got
did.
starched. All right.
That
So,
was a payday though.
oh, stop it. You got an
It
excuse for
was.
everything, bro. When
Nah, I
the
don't got
next
an
guy
excuse. That
loses,
was a
you're
payday.
like, yo, nah, he
Yo,
lost. He
he
lost. He
did. He
lost.
got knocked the fuck out.
Yeah.
But if you go look at his fight, damn, you got Uber Eats coming over there.
I just got a whole pizza. What are you talking about? On the live with you. Oh, yeah.
I was looking at the bets. That's why
Mm.
Hitchens is from the Caribbean, but he don't want to claim it. Nope, he sure don't. He claims look at guy you he said front line you invited to the Asada. Round one going to be outside watching. Fuck it. No, but shit, all jokes aside though,
Yeah,
like I
yeah.
said, I don't take nothing away from Hitchens at all. Phenomenal boxer. He's got phenomenal footwork, phenomenal ring IQ, um, phenomenal jab.
He just doesn't fight 50-50 fights.
I just think that Duarte's pressure, Duarte's aggression is gonna be too much. And not to mention that Hitchens' gas tank is not the greatest.
It's getting better every fight.
It is getting better,
Listen,
but with
the
the
thing
Lemos
is,
fight, he showed that pressure. Him
mhm,
being on the back foot, it drained his tank out super quick.
check this out. The Lemos fight actually was a learning lesson for Richard Hitchens when he took people lightly.
Yeah. Hey Biz, what's
Lemos
up?
Lemos came into that fight undefeated, yes, but he still thought that he was more of a fighter, that he was gonna just dominate. And Lemos took it to him, right? Okay, I get it. Now the thing is this: Richard Hitchens has not shown me that he's fought top tier competition himself. The way I see him and his management moving him along, let's like I say, I talk good for fighters, but I'm also going to show bad sides to their career too. He avoided Sylvia Matias. There's certain styles that Richard Hitchens ain't gonna fight. And he always tries to put you in that situation where the guy's like threatening to be good. And it's kind of like the Lemos fight. He was he was supposed to wipe down Lemos like Keyshawn Davis did.
Hey Biz,
But
I talked about that in a minute. I don't finish this thought.
yeah, so I know Richard Hitchens, the type of management he has, they don't put him in, and the only way you're gonna beat him, you gotta be that surprise that Lemos was. If Oscar Duarte can do that, and he can be that surprise that nobody, that's the only way you're gonna beat him. Because on paper, Richard Hitchens hasn't proven that he's walking up there fighting the top guys, unifying belts. No, no. So I kind of see where he's at. And I don't think his management is matchmaking. It's matchmaking. Styles make fight. I'm trying to tell you, Richard Hitchens' style caters to Oscar Duarte. Oscar Duarte, his type of pressure, I don't see it being effective. And as a matchmaker, I see that I watch. Every now and then I'm wrong. That's what's good about boxing. I'm not always right, but I kind of see that it playing out like this. And look, I hope Oscar Duarte the best. Competing for a world title, getting an opportunity at a world title, shit, that's big. This is for the IBF. No matter how I see it, Oscar Duarte is going to try to come in there and pull the upset and also make his dreams come true. Become another a Mexican champion because they claiming him. You know what I'm saying? I think if Duarte wins, we should claim him. You know what I mean? But look, I think that you know if he beats him, he takes the belt back to Mexico. If Hitchin wins, the belt stays here in the good old USA. I love competition. Let the fights begin, baby. Let the fights begin. Because there's three belts on the line on this night, right? There's three belts. There's Richard
Yeah,
Hitchens' belt,
you got
Andy
Hitchens, you got
Gary Antoine
Gary Antoine Russell and
and and
Barrios.
and Mario Barrios. It's three belts on the line.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
And
gonna be a
then
good. It's gonna be a good card.
and then there's placement to see who else moves up in the division. Um, Look, what's going on with Tank Davis? Do you know anything about this guy anymore?
I have no
Tank,
clue. I haven't heard anything since his
because I want to know
arrest.
what's up with his belt.
It's in recess.
Oh,
Champion in recess. What's gonna
crazy
happen?
part.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I want to know what happens to his belt. Who's gonna get the full status? How is the WBA gonna handle this situation? Because the WBA is a joke right now. It's just a joke. They got two belts in the same division and they want them to be both viewed as champions at the exact same time. It doesn't make sense. Even the WBC be like, yo, you guys fell down and bump your head, WBA. You guys are crazy. You got to have one belt that solidifies the championship. You know, who's your real champion? Your super or your regular?
Hey, Gallo's getting at you. He said, round one, you say you go for the underdogs, but you never pick the dogs, bro.
The underdogs? What are you talking about? Me and Frontline put money on all the underdogs on a live. Right, Frontline?
Yeah.
We took all down there. What's he talking about? I actually put my money on the underdogs, and I don't gamble. The last time I gambled from that was the Francis Ngannou fight. I put $20 on Francis Ngannou. You
Hey,
know what I mean?
just to catch up real quick, Biz, he asked, do we have any idea on what's going on with Collazo team? So the Collazo versus Jerusalem fight was supposed to happen in March. I don't know what it was. Supposedly, it was finalized. It was getting ready. It was already being promoted. Then we have the Virgil Ortiz and Oscar de la Hoya beef with going to court and all that shit, and a lot of the Golden Boy stuff. I don't know what happened, got kicked off or was put on hold, and now he's fighting in March against Jesus Haro. So I have no clue what happened. That's as far as I know what knowledge
That's
I
up.
got on that. Deepwood says Duarte, Albright, Hiroka, and Barrios, you can take it to the bank with a smile.
Woo! I like that
Damn.
one. I like that card. That parlay. I like that.
That's
He
the same
said,
parlay this dude had. Gallo, was it Gallo?
nah, his other one was different.
No, it was the same shit. I'm going back to it right now. It
Go
was the same
to it.
thing.
Or maybe it's because I heard it twice.
Yeah.
Do I like it?
Update, updated upsets, special parlay. Barrios, Duarte, Andy, and Albright. Yeah, same shit.
Oh, he had four. He had Albright. The other guy didn't have Albright.
Yeah,
That's
he
all.
did. Deep Woods had Duarte, Albright, Hiroka, and Barrios. Four. Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah. Same
Same
shit.
thing.
Just different order. But yeah.
They're all going for the money then. Everybody's going for the money.
You want to do a fantasy bet real quick?
Hell no, I ain't fucking with you, bro. That none of them dudes is
No,
winning.
I'm not saying we're gonna bet. I'm saying the fantasy bet. Like if we was to put money down, let's see what that parlay will pay
Oh,
out.
fantasy bet? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Dame ver.
Okay.
Déjame ver. Hiroka,
So okay, wait a minute.
Duarte,
We gotta pick four fights then, right?
Albright, and Barrios. We're taking all the underdogs.
Nah, not you, not me. You.
Hold on. If we bet $100, check this shit out. Hiroka to win, Duarte to win, Albright to win, and Barrios to win. With $100, the payout is 16-2. 16,200. Well, 16,100 plus you get your $100 back. So 16,200.
Y'all going for the money.
That's not, dude. That's just $100.
All right, well, look, I know.
Yeah,
That's all we put the last time. We put $100 is what we
yeah.
put. All right. So I'm not, but like I said, frontline, see, you're a bad friend because I don't
I'm,
gamble. You know what I'm
but
saying? I get
I'm not
around
telling you that.
you
I
and you
just said it
want me
was
to
a.
gamble. You're a bad influence, bro. You know what
Hey,
I'm saying? I told
I
you
just,
I don't gamble.
I
And you
just said
still,
it.
you know what I mean? Yeah,
I
let's
just
put
said
this
it's a
money on this shit.
fantasy
Come
bet.
on, man.
It's
16
just,
G's. Look, I
hey,
already got
it's
the I got
tempting,
bit.
right?
I got bit by
It's
the
just
gambling
tempting.
bud. Yo, I'm about to lose my house and all the belts and shit. You know what I'm saying?
It's tempting, but
Yo, look, frontline. All right. If I was to make a parlay on
if we
four
just pick
fights,
two, hold on, because he wants to know if we just pick two.
I'm taking Ryan Garcia.
Andy and Duarte. Let's take away Mario and let's take away Albright. And you bet $100
Check
on
it out.
that.
My real card would be Ryan Garcia,
Hold on, let me go to your card. How would you do it? Ryan Garcia.
Ryan Garcia,
Yep.
Gary Antoine Russell.
Let me go to Gary right here. Boom. Okay.
Okay, and then
You got Hitchens, right?
I'll take Hitchens and
Okay.
Ghost to Frank Martin.
Okay. And that bet, if you bet $100, you win $263.57.
That's the winner. That's the winner. That's exactly what's going to happen. The lowest payout is the highest odds for you actually to win.
Mela, hablamos ahorita sobre eso.
Watch, watch. I'm telling you right now, I'm going to go back and I'm edit this. I'm going to cut it out. All right? I'm going to come back and I'm going to put it. Y'all want to, it's not going to be a big payout because the winners typically don't. What gets you wrapped up into gambling is the outrageous amount of money they tell you can win if you only put down this much. Because the odds of you actually pulling that off are against you.
Hold on. They're
I'm
saying
telling.
that they're saying that. Let me remove this. We're gonna get into some speculations here. Let's see. The fight ending in a draw.
Oh, oh, that's a possibility.
Hold on.
That is a
Uh,
yo. Imagine Mario Barrio comes off three back-to-back draws. Would he be the first fighter in history to do that in championship fights?
hold on, because this is getting interesting.
I don't know no other champion that came off
Hold,
three.
let me see what else he wrote. Hold
Would
on.
be it would be it's only two right now.
Okay, Gallo says. Wait, QS says it's gonna be Ryan winning or a draw. LOL. So just so you know, if you go for a draw with the just on the Mario Barrios fight alone, it's plus 1400 on a draw. And then if you
So
go
if you
with the
bet $100 on a draw, what do you win?
you win 1500. And then we go with Andy, with
Mm-mm-mm.
Duarte and Albright, and we bet $100. That's 81,000.
Albright's losing to Freight the Ghost Martin. And Roca is losing to Gary Antoine Russell. Richard Hitton is going to knock out Oscar Duarte.
You're crazy.
And Mario Barrio and Ryan
Hey,
Garcia
Ramirez
might
wants
go
you
the
to drop the
distance.
link.
I got you. Might
Let me
go the
see.
distance. Yo, you gonna stop your boy, bro. Oscar Duarte. Richard Hitch is gonna stop your boy, bro.
Nah, that ain't
He's gonna
happening.
stop him. All right.
That ain't
Okay.
happening. Not
Okay.
happening. I think
Okay.
I
Richard
think
Hitchens
that,
ain't no 50-50 fights, bro. He only fights he know he can win.
bro,
That's why I know he could beat this dude.
you gotta understand that Garcia's not
I
gonna
gotta
let that
understand.
happen.
I know matchmaking. I know
Robert
management.
Garcia is not gonna let that happen. Robert Garcia's on a fucking roll with his fighters.
Look, Oscar Duarte. My man Frontline's right about Ryan Garcia. If you lose this fight, you can always go to Sufa. You know what I'm saying? you
That's
could
fucked
go.
up.
You could go. Ryan Garcia got all them dudes lined up with Sufa right now. You can make the Sufa bus right now. They got a whole bunch of retired fighters, middle fighters right now.
Yo, speaking of
You'll fit
Sufa,
right in. What? Speaking of
what do you
Sufa,
think?
what?
Yo,
I got you, my dude. I see you.
on the last Sufa card, we saw Teal
What's
there.
going on, my
Oh yeah.
people?
What's up,
Salute,
huh?
my brother. How you doing?
My bad, brother. We good. My bad. I'm cooking. I don't want to be with the noise, but
Yeah, yeah,
now I wanted to say, round one, my brother. Salute, man. Salute you guys, man. Round one, man.
yeah.
Damn, bro.
Thank
My
you.
condolences to you, my brother. Tú sabes que Dios,
Yeah.
tú sabes, te bendiga y siempre está contigo, tu familia, your family.
You sound a
And your,
little far away from the phone.
I was saying, may God always bless you and your family, because I know it's a tough
Yeah,
time with that, but you know, is a new angel in heaven, and God is always gonna make sure He take care of all of us and watch over her too as
yeah.
well. So you feel me? Con
Mm-hmm.
Dios, vamos a seguir para adelante. Vamos a seguir para adelante.
Que
But
Dios te
like,
escuche,
if you
papi.
don't
Que
mind me
Dios que
giving
te
my
escuche.
thoughts on the fight, this is
Yep.
what it is though, right? Because look, you made that
Zumba.
parlay. It's crazy. I was making a parlay for that because I had Ryan knocking out um Barrios. I had a stoppage, not whether it's Hitchens or Oscar. It's a stoppage for me. I feel like it could be a stoppage because it could go either way. Because Hitchens, I ain't gonna lie, bro. If Hitchens comes ready and I ain't gonna lie, he could pull it off, bro. He could win that fight because Oscar Duarte is he's he's good, but he's not untouchable. Like you could touch him, you could really hit him, and we know he knows he's gonna press forward his style, and then the way he punches too sometimes. Like yeah, he got some good hooks for me to the body. He be having good punch selection here and there, but I don't know, man. I just feel like the experience factor, like Oscar Duarte is gonna have to outwork Hitchens. Man. He's gonna have to outwork Hitchens. Because if not, it's gonna be like a 12 round UD, or it may go to the stoppage
Yeah.
if Hitchens be like, nah, my niggas, the way Shakur did Tio and Keyshawn, the way he was looking, shit, I gotta up it because you can't be
Mm-hmm.
talking shit. They leaving you behind the dust, man. You gotta show out. If you
Mm-hmm.
saying you in the class with them, you gotta prove it. And this is a perfect opponent to prove it on, you know. And we from New York, baby, so it's like I don't want to go against him, but I wouldn't be surprised if Hitchens was to get the upset. You would get upset.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be surprised,
Mm.
honestly.
And the
But
thing is, is with the Oscar Duarte fight, right? I gotta add in, guys, you guys know me, right? I think I'm a thinker, and I'm gonna think of all these possibilities. And the 10-pound rehydration claw comes into mind with Oscar Duarte. I gotta remind myself that although Oscar Duarte sometimes is on the thicker side, the IBF rehydration claw is gonna keep him honest. He's gonna come in. He's got to be really in shape, and Richard Hitchens, that little skinny dude, bro, or that excuse he made, I don't want to fight Matias because of hydration. And then no sooner did he vacate, he went and fought for the belt. So you could see he avoids certain styles. I think Oscar Duarte, for the most part, is a decent Mexican fighter. Really decent. I think that Ryan Garcia caught him in that fight, if I'm being honest. I think that Oscar Duarte fights with an intensity that you're going to have to match.
yeah,
And if Richard Hitchens, see, there's a version of this that Oscar Duarte can drown him with that Mexican pressure to Richard Hitchens. There's a version of it that he could, where that the Richard Hitchens might be trained for 12 rounds, but all of a sudden you could see him getting tired in the 6th round, 7th round. And it's because of that, him tensing up and clinching and exhausting himself. Now, if you can put that kind of pressure, that's something I can't determine. That's something that happens in a fight that really will sway the fight the other way. It'll make the guy get exhausted, and he'll start to tighten up because of the pressure coming forward. And it's not because he wasn't in shape, it's because of that. So yes, that is a possibility, but I really believe in Richard Hitchens' jab. It's an intelligent jab. It's a smart jab. He uses it for multiple things. He works off he works off his punches with his jab, and he's always getting off the center line. Well, at least with George Camboza, I saw him always stepping around George after the jab. He would snap, 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 and then step. And when George
Yeah,
would
but you
come in with
can't
that 1-2,
compare a Duarte
I
to a
know that. I know that. I know that.
Cambosis.
I'm not doing that. I'm not comparing them. I'm just saying the pros and cons of both guys. The pros and cons. Like, yes, I could see a version where Oscar Duarte's pressure could drown Richard. I could see where that Richard Hitchens controls him. Oscar Duarte throw the jab, and Richard counters right over it, throws the right. When Oscar Duarte throws the other shot, Richard parries. He blocks it. Boom, parries and shifts. And I kind of see that happening throughout the night. I see Richard hitting Oscar off of his shots, beating him to the jab, and I think he beats him convincingly. But now this is boxing, and Oscar Duarte, he's been on a tear. He's been on a little winning streak,
not for
and I think that Oscar Duarte, he can make it ugly.
yo, round one question real quick. My bad, bro.
Yep.
Not to cut you. Yo, Andy Hirioka, blah blah blah, whatever his name is, right?
Yep.
bro. He just came in like he just came in like 2 days ago, a day ago.
Yeah,
He
we were
came in
talking about that.
today or yesterday.
What
He came
about the
in.
adjustment, yo?
That's
Antoine better
gonna
go
be a
for the knockout
problem. That's a problem. That's a 13-hour
flight.
uh time difference. Yeah, you got to get
Yeah,
acclimated to New York.
yeah. Antoine gonna. I ain't gonna lie. I already had
Vegas.
Antoine beating him anyways. Cause at the end of the day, I already feel like Antoine already been in there with
Yeah,
like
then
a
Vegas is
style
3 hours behind us too.
yeah.
Wait, is
And
it Vegas or is it
It's
California? It's at the T-Mobile Arena.
it's in
yeah, it's
Vegas.
in Vegas.
Okay.
It's in
Yeah.
Vegas. But the thing that I
Damn,
was,
bro.
what I was
Well,
thinking, right?
yeah, it's 10
Off
hours.
the size alone, like at first I'm like, damn, how is Gary gonna beat him? Like, how would he beat him if he was to beat him? Because for one,
They're
the
both
guys had a
southpaws.
layoff, and now Gary Antoine got another advantage. Like the guy basically just came coming off a flight. Feel me?
Hmm.
He might not have his legs all the way under there, but what I'm
I
thinking,
don't know. I don't
And
know how.
the
Gary
rumors,
already faced because people always talking about the size. Oh my God, 6 feet, 6 feet. Gary already faced. To me, Alberto Puello is a nice southpaw boxer. He's a good boxer, and Antoine, he was still in the fight. It wasn't like he was getting shut out or anything like. He was still in the fight. Mind you, Alberto did win though. To me, in my eyes, he did win. I feel like he outboxed him and he outworked him, but that's better for Gary Antoine. He learned from it. You grow from it. You won a title next. His confidence. You see how they call him the boogeyman. This is a perfect chance for him to get the KO and branch yourself out of there. Just use your speed, impose your will, and stay just inside. Don't be on the outside. You have to be on the inside. You have to work on the inside, body shots, anything uppercut. You gotta use your speed, your fast ass hand. You gotta use that speed. You gotta put your head in his chest and start working, bro. You gotta work. You gotta work because I see. I don't
yeah,
think that Hidioka is gonna be able to keep up with Antoine. He has no amateur pedigree. When it comes to, let me take you back to the amateur days, he's gonna get lost. To me, I feel
Hiroka
like
got
that.
popped though, so Gary got to watch out.
I know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Now,
and
but
I was
bro,
talking about that.
again, bro,
Andy Hiroka's coming on a 10-fight knockout streak coming into this fight.
but in how many years he fought? That's the thing. Like he's not fighting these like straight. I heard he hasn't fought since a year ago. And
Andy
then before that,
Hiroka.
he hasn't fought for 2 years ago. I'm like, whoa, that ass. I'm like, nah, he got to get him out of there. That's too much ring rust. The speed that Anton is bringing, he's not gonna see. That's not Jin Sasaki. And Jin Sasaki, yeah, he's the 147. That was a good win for great win for Brian Norman. But still, though, the skills that he's coming with is way faster. I'm not gonna say way more power, but he's gonna accumulate hits to his face, and you're gonna
it,
go down because I
it,
really do feel the jet lag. I mean, not the time zone difference and the adjustment is gonna play a part. I don't
yeah,
care.
and there's also been reports that Hiroka doesn't look like he looks real skinny and chubao.
Yeah, chupao. You feel me? Probably drank up too. Like, bro, lo tiene que sacar de ahí, bro. You gotta get him out of there, bro. And if he would,
Andy's last fight was 2024 9-3.
Damn, that's over a year.
that's 2 years.
No,
9-3. That was in
September
September.
of 24.
Oh
September
no,
of
yeah, a year not.
24.
Yeah, a
It's
year
damn,
about to
it's
be
almost
2 years.
a year and a half
That's
almost.
what I was thinking about too. That's why I'm like, nah, bro. He gotta get him out of there. And then on top of that, this
Gary Antoine Russell's gonna stop this dude, bro.
he gotta stop him. He has to. He
I'm
has to
telling you,
stop him.
that's why I got Gary in the fight, man.
And
And
then for the
that's
Nahir
that's a pretty
Albright,
big layoff right there,
yeah,
guys.
pretty big later.
You gotta pay attention to shit like that. And
Yeah,
Word.
then
but Gary's also been out the ring for a year too.
No, 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 no,
no,
no.
Gary. Well, 11 months. 11 months. It's
Yeah.
from his last fight. He fought Jose Valenzuela, 2025. He fought him on. He fought him on 3-1, right? And then his this fight with Andy Roca is 220, 221.
Bobo's stupid as hell.
Oh, and then for the last one for my opinions for the Nahir Albright and Frank
Oh, and
Martin,
I just want to point out something to you guys. I just want to point out something so that when people come back and they start yelling about the double standards in boxing, just jamming their foot right down their mouths, right? Because one of the biggest things about this fight right here is how in the world is Ryan Garcia getting a title fight coming off of a loss, right? And a lot of people are giving him shit about, fighting for a title shot. But I believe Gary Antoine Russell lost to Alberto Puello, right, for his title, and got a title fight with Jose Valenzuela right after that.
Yep.
But nobody says nothing about the double
Literally right
standards.
that literally right after that. Daniel Dubois
Yeah,
as
but
well.
but but Ryan
Daniel Dubois.
Garcia will get shit. The WBC will get smeared. Oh, the WBC and they fuckery. Well, how about when the WBA does it?
Right.
You see, the double standards in boxing, some people don't want to bring it up and talk about it. And I try to tell you what's my famous quote here, Frontline? Boxing is a business disguised
Disguised
as
as
a
a sport.
sport.
Hey, Bobo says not only reports, just check out the video of him arriving at the airport. Looks like a concentration camp victim.
Jesus. He looked that bad, Bobos? Did he?
Hey,
Bro.
but the other thing too, not to get off this fight, but did you catch when his manager Hitchens manager they took shots at going up to 47.
What do you
Mm.
mean? Taking shots at going up to
Like
47?
they were making claims like after this
Oh,
fight they may go up. Yeah,
they may go up.
yeah.
That's another thing, man. You gotta be focused, man. You can't be looking at other shit. You really gotta win this fight, bro. You
Say it,
really gotta
brother.
win
Say
this
it.
fight, bro. It's no joke.
Keep your head in the fight that's in front of
Cause
you.
niggas keep talking
And
about
that
47, Devin, the who's who. I'm
I,
like, y'all fuck with it, Richard, but you really gotta be focused in this fight, bro.
I
Like you have
I'm
to.
glad you said that because Duarte told Hitchens the same shit. Like keep overlooking me. Go ahead. I'm gonna come in like a freight
Mind
train.
you, and he got a great ass coach in Robert Garcia, man. They beat styles like him already. They already been nice boxers. Riches ain't nothing different that they haven't seen before. And I don't know if Riches
Suleiman already
understand this.
explained that for Rio. What did he explain? Suleiman explain. What am I missing here, guys?
He
About the
explained
belt?
about the belts, why Ryan Garcia is fighting for the WBC, and
Oh, well, yeah, but look, like I say, guys, like I like the title fight. Sometimes these stars and these guys that are more popular, like Tank Davis, I think that what really hurt Tank Davis's career, and I'm not sure, I'm just, I'm spitballing here, right? But I think Tank Davis actually got too big for himself. I think
Yeah,
at some
too
point
fast.
Tank Davis just didn't want to share the ring with nobody because he didn't feel nobody was his equal. Like, you don't deserve to be in a fight with Tank Davis to make Tank
Especially
Davis money.
especially when you making
Because
them
except me, yeah,
paydays.
because
My
I'm
bad.
only making Tank Davis. So you start not to take fights because unless they're giving you all the money, because it's like you're like the show, like you have to share your star status with someone. You gotta,
Yeah.
you gotta, you gotta go in the ring with someone. So, look, Mario Barrio, the fact that he actually fought Hall of Fame legendary, iconic fighter as Manny Pacquiao, went to a draw with him, but he still retained his belt with Ryan Garcia star status for the WBC. That's a Hollywood movie. It has all the
Mm-hmm.
recipes for making the money green, the color green. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So I understood it.
Big fight with Devin
But I just
Haney,
want to
big fight
step
with
back and
Connor.
say that there's sometimes I see shit in boxing that the boxing community and the boxing world seems to let it go under the radar. And they got, oh, Gary Antoine Russell fighting Jose Valenzuela. Okay, yeah, I like that fight. Wait a minute, didn't he just lose? Like, so, shit like that. Sometimes you got to say, and just understand boxing, not so much attacking it, but enjoying knockouts. And if you're anything like me, knockouts, that shit don't get old. That shit does not get old. Watching someone get knocked out, we're about to watch some fighters get knocked out, and here comes the shit talking. They might be Mexican. Da-dum-dung. Ah! The shots fired. Yo, listen, y'all need some wins. I hope y'all get this one with Richard Hitchens. but the competitive side is always there, buddy. It's always there. And I love boxing. I love all countries that compete and make boxing so interesting. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Bobo says, did you see the medallion? Looks fire. Listen about the medallion. There's a couple key things on there. It's a chain with a boxing glove, and it's got the crown up top. Could that be hinting that Ryan might pull it off, being King Ryan with the crown? I don't
Wow, what do
know.
you mean? What do you mean? What Madonna? What are you talking about?
So De La Hoya presented at the press conference. It's a gift from the WBC. The winner gets it's a chain with with a big medallion on it. It's a boxing glove.
I haven't seen this shit. Listen, I need to see it right now. What'd you say it was?
It was at the press conference. Go to the press conference. I don't know. I don't have the timestamps. Low key, what you talk about? Bodie's down bad this weekend. Mexicans are down bad. They went 1 for 3 in fucking Asufa.
Did I start it up? Let's go. Let's go.
Low key talk Bodie's down bad this weekend. What the fuck? Where we go
Yo,
wrong? Where we go down at?
yeah, well, I saw Mexicans go down bad, like get
Yeah,
knocked out. Yeah, I saw
yeah,
that
yeah.
shit.
I
You know
mean,
what I'm saying? This week.
Hawaii owns them right now. Hawaii,
Yo,
ooh.
yo, that was brutal. Yo, recógelo, recógelo del piso, recógelo. Yo, I seen that shit. Yo, where's this Ryan Chain at?
You got to
Oh, I see.
sport.
I'm at the press conference right now. I just got to see the chain. I got to get to the part where the chain comes out. It comes out at the press conference.
Yeah, yeah. When Oscar De La Hoya goes up to the podium, um, you got
Nah,
to
I gotta
go.
see this shit.
You got to go all the way through where they introduce Ryan Garcia and Barrios. Don't go through the beginning. This is more towards the end, towards just the
All right.
Mario Barrios
I'm
part.
there. I'm watching a commercial go by right now because I skipped so far. I did a commercial. It did two commercials because I skipped so far up.
Yeah, and then low key, what do you mean no fighters? I know you ain't talking about Aldo versus Tempo. I know because Tempo washed
Frontline handle
Aldo.
that. Frontline handle that.
I know
Handle
he
our
ain't
fights
talking
right now.
about that because Tempo washed Aldo. Washed. Oh, Bobo says to make it easier, go to the WBC page.
The WBC page. Got it.
That shit
No,
do look
that's the real
fire.
chain, bro. You see, that's that bullshit right there. They say, why does the WBC charge so much money? Motherfucker, do you see the IBF, the WBO, or the WBA busting out gold chains? That's real gold right there for their winner to honor their night. Listen, you don't understand what these things mean right now because as right now when you look at the WBC and you look at all those colorful belts that they made for Saul Canelo Alvarez, Tyson Fury, um, Javante Davis when they made the Freedom Belt, um, they have a lot of belts and they had that Terrence Crawford ring and they got that Mayweather $1 million belt. Now they got this chain. Now I said all of that to say this. And in 25 years, 30 years, all those things are going to be one of a kind.
Yep.
That belt that he beat Saul Canelo Alvarez for, that tricked out WBC, there's a lot of WBC champions in the world. And you might be able to buy one on eBay from a former world champion. But that belt that Terrence got, that's one of one. That ring he has, that's one of one. That chain that they're making, in 50 years from now, when we're all dead and gone, 100 years from now, they got that chain in the Boxing Hall of Fame. There's only one. On that night, the WBC made this chain to commemorate this fight. That's when you're going to realize all these little things that the WBC did, it's setting, it's for the long term. That's why the WBC is the best belt in the world.
Yep.
That's why it's the most expensive.
And Mauricio said it. We work with our fighters. So all that shit all these boxers are talking about the
Bro,
WBC, they gotta stop the bullshit.
that
Cause
ring Terrence Crawford got, bro, that shit's gonna be in the Boxing Hall of Fame one day.
well, not
Fucking
only
all
that,
those belts like that. Tyson Fury got a white belt is for the British out there. The British WBC title. They made it for one of his fights. That's a one of one. There's
Edwin,
no
all
other
these
belt in the world like it.
Edwin, all these boxers talking shit about the WBC. You think if
Bro,
they hold on. You
that's why
think
they the best.
if you think if an opportunity presents itself for these boxers, you don't think they're gonna take that shit?
Of course.
So that shit goes to tell you that that belt means a lot more than what the fuck people be claiming.
Yeah. No, no, no. No, no, no. Like I said, for we're living in that time right now where that a lot of content creators have taken to social media and try to tell you that belts ain't shit, that belts don't matter. Really, belts don't matter? If Ryan Garcia loses this fight right here, his career is over. Why? Because he doesn't win a belt. So what keeps him afloat? The belt. So how are you saying that belts don't matter? So take this belt away from this fight. What fight is this for Ryan Garcia? And would you pay to see it against Mario Barrio for no belt? What
Yeah,
makes
low
this
key.
fight interesting is the belt. Please do not let these guys lure you in to this ridiculous topic that the most prestigious award in your sport as a professional doesn't mean shit and that you should not go after it because it's not valuable. It won't do nothing for your career if you win one of these belts. That's what they're saying. And I'm saying that's a crock of shit. Because if Ryan Garcia on Saturday night whoops Mario Barrio's ass, guess where his career is gonna go? With what? That belt. Does his career go anywhere without the belt? No. He's just coming off the Rolly fight. No belt.
Yeah, low key made a good point. Mikey Garcia got a badass cowboy belt buckle from the WBC.
Oh yeah. Yup. Yo, and that's one of one.
Yeah.
That's one of one.
Oh, and talking about the bodies are down bad. He's saying there's no Puerto Ricans on this card.
No, no, no. You guys know about the WBC made the leather jacket for Navarrete and Valdez. Remember that jacket was on the line and all the Mexican legends were in attendance and Navarrete put on the jacket after the fight. The
Yeah.
leather jacket. And it said like Mexico in the back. I forgot what it was. And all the Mexican guys tried on the jacket, took pictures with it. They did that shit, bro. That jacket is one of one. One on one. And the crazy thing, most of the Mexican legends had Oscar Valdez winning in that fight because of the unorthodox style that Navarrete presented, and Navarrete walked off with everything. I had Navarrete in the fight, so yeah, yeah, man. That's why the WBC is the shit.
And that's
It's
none of the other belts are doing anything
not
like
not
that for
even
their
close.
fighters.
Not even
Nothing.
close to. Hey, yo, what other organization gives your coach a belt? I'll wait. When did the IBF, the WBO, or the WBA give your coach a belt? You seen how Bull Mac had that green belt with the slit right here that you put it on the side? It's
Hey,
not a
that's
belt
the
that
only
goes
time
around.
that's the only time belts matter. When it comes time to pay, they don't want to pay. It don't
They
matter at
don't want to
that
pay.
point.
That's when belts
But
don't matter when it's
but when
time to
they put it
pay.
on them, they're
Yeah, yeah.
hyped
Oh,
and
this is the
happy.
best. This is the
Mm-hmm.
best.
Yeah,
You feel me? You feel
it's the
me?
double standards.
No, no, it's not a double standards. It's just that you just gotta you you gotta recognize when you hear fake shit. and not adapt it into your shit because one of the coolest persons, one of the people that you see happen to fall for it and feed you to you. You have to have stepped back and said to yourself, wait a minute. So why the fuck do fighters turn pro if the belts don't mean nothing? And the
Gallo,
same and the same reason, wait, one second. The same reason Oscar De La Hoya went on clapback Thursdays, right? Clapback Thursdays. And what did Oscar De La Hoya said? He said something very interesting. He said that Sufa belt that they're kicking off, that little pretty belt they made, he said, good luck. That belt don't got no history. That don't got no legacy. That belt don't got no legacy behind it. That's a hubcap, right? He didn't say it like that, but I added some words in for him, right? Because he's right. These belts have legacy. They got history. Floyd Mayweather wore that belt. Muhammad Ali wore this belt. Mike Tyson had this belt. Felix Trinidad had this belt. Sugar Ray Leonard had that belt, and so forth and so forth. That's what makes these belts strong. They got history behind them, they have legacy behind them. That's what makes a belt. I don't want a fake made up belt made up yesterday. There's no history behind it, no legacy. None of my champions held that belt up. When I was a little kid, ripping magazine pictures out of a boxing book and sticking them to my bunk bed at night, when I looked up, I saw all my great boxing heroes. They were all up there. Sugar Ray Leonard, Mike Tyson, Hector Camacho, they were all up there. And I saw the belts that were wrapped around their waist. That's what I want. And talk about, no, belts ain't shit. Yo, listen, man. You can
hey,
tell me
Gallo
your
got a
story
question for
walking
you.
that way.
Gallo got a question for you. Vaquero versus Nunes. Who you got? I think Vaquero's gonna upset Nunes. I'm not taking nothing away from Nunes, but I just think Vaquero's a better boxer than
Once again,
Nunes.
here I go down that fucking Baquero road again, right? I always pick against him, and he always wins. Yo, he always wins. I had him in the fight with because I just thought he was bigger than Oscar Valdez, even though a lot of people thought that Oscar Valdez was gonna box circles around him. I look at the Baquero man. He's the kind of fighter that lets nature take its course. He doesn't really come out there. It's hard to read him. He doesn't really do a lot of things twice because he's not in a rhythm, so to speak. He's basically fighting off your intensity, and if you don't bring it to him, he'll walk to you. The Vaquero is who he is. He is a fighter. He punches very terribly hard. He's been in some iffy situations, and just like most fighters, he's had his share of controversy fights and loss. Um, uh, they said he was knocked out in that fight against
Suarez, the
that
Filipino,
no, not against him, against the
uh,
white boy there.
Wilson, I think.
Yeah.
I see that. So I think that he lost both those fights. That's just my opinion.
Yeah,
But nothing. I'm not taking nothing away from
but
Vaquero.
but
I'm
but
still a
he's a
fan.
good fighter.
Yeah,
He's real unpredictable. He real, so I wouldn't call it an upset with Nunes. I wouldn't call it an upset.
I see that fight 50-50, to be
I see
honest.
it 50-50, right. I wouldn't say that, right. I wouldn't call it an upset. I would
But
say
I,
it more
I
like that.
I edge Vaquero for one reason and one reason only, and I hate using triangle theories because that shit don't work in boxing.
See, here's the double standards in round one sports talk. When I use the triangle theory against him, we can't use it. But when he wants to explain something, he can use it.
I look at it like this because they got from my knowledge they got one opponent in common, and that's Christopher Pitufo Diaz. Vaquero knocked out
Yes.
Pitufo, and Pitufo went the distance with Nunes, and Pitufo's not a slouch. So that's the reason why I'm leaning more towards Vaquero. And plus, when Pitufo fought Nunes, I saw a couple flaws on Nunes defense that I know for a fact Vaquero's gonna take advantage of it.
Mira esto. Look at low key. He specified Mexican. Benavides is looking like. Look. He
Hold on, I'm not
specified.
there yet. Let me catch up with the chat though. It
Yo,
says Bulbos wants to know: do you guys notice the pattern of the people that don't like to follow the rules? Shots fired. Low
shots
key
fired.
says my heart says Vaquero, but my mind saying Sugar Nunes. Gallo says word Nunes is a favorite. I'm betting on Vaquero. He's plus 190 money team. I
Yeah.
got Vaquero says Gallo. Low key says Vaquero by KO. Bobo says Vaquero with Sugar. The new Morales versus Barrera. I can see that.
I can see that. I can see that.
Mexican Better Beef is looking like a beast though. Low key,
Yo.
Pitufo made him look human.
Hold on. Okay. When did he become Mexican?
Mexican Better Beef is looking like a beast though. Better Beef is not Mexican.
Yeah, like they took him in. When did
I
he become
guess
Mexican?
I think they adopted him.
They adopted. That's what I'm
Yeah,
asking you right
I think
now.
so.
They
Yeah,
they
they're
adopted him.
trying to get up on they're trying to get
Are they
one.
trying to take one? That's the question. Catch up, front line. Like they trying to sneak one in here. When did he become Mexican?
How did he lose? Question. He just got the time benefit that most champions get, says Bobos. Gaia
Oh,
said,
he got the time benefits as Bobos. Come on, bro. Yo, you could have counted 15. He was still out. They gave him a lot of time in that. You got to admit, Bobos. Come on, bro. They gave him a lot of time. You know, uh that boy rocked him, bro. Navarrete was out on his feet, man. You know, and he came back to drop him. It was a good back and forth
it was a
little.
good comeback
Yeah, it was a good comeback.
for Vaquero, but to be fair,
Oh shit, we got Deep Woods in the building. Deep Woods,
What's good, my family, man?
what's
what's
going
up,
on,
Bobby?
my brother? How you
What's good?
doing?
Edwin, hope you're doing good, man. There's no words, okay? Because all of us
Yeah,
been through it, man. So there's no words, man. Wish I can
right.
dare give you a big hug, but let's
Thank
move
you.
it because it'll keep you happy.
Right.
Because you guys are my medicine, so I'm gonna return it to you guys. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much for
Look
Yeah,
at
understanding.
Gallo.
man.
Gallo starting some shit right now. He said, y'all claim Shakira. Don't start. We got more Mexican Americans than y'all.
Yo.
Hey, hey,
Shots fired.
hey. Collazo is fighting though. I threw a message up there earlier. I got a friend from Cisco, and he's fighting a kid from up there named Hado
Yeah,
Oh,
on a
Jesus
late
Hado.
replacement. Yeah. So
so
it is what it
this
is.
is a stay busy fight for him because he's not
Yeah, yeah.
getting.
They have to be
Yeah,
because he would. If Oscar didn't do this, I guarantee he would leave, bro.
right,
He would leave, bro, because he had to. Yeah, he hasn't put him up to fight, and
right.
you know what I'm saying. And now he's connected with Rimas también. So that Bad Bunny shit's gonna put him out there, bro. He's gonna fucking.
He's an ambassador for them.
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
man. You know what I mean? If let's say si Sandra gana, ¿verdad? And
Right.
then tiran perdón, I'm talking a little bit Spanish.
Yep.
La tiran para Nueva York
Yep.
en junio.
Right.
Imagine a card with those two dudes in there, bro.
Nah,
Um,
me
Papi,
frontline was
can
talking
you
about that.
imagine?
June, Puerto Rican parade, New York City,
uh,
Oscar
think about
Collazo.
that. Think about that shit, bro.
Yeah, nah,
And if
man.
Haney
Collazo,
and if
Zayas for
Haney takes the fight,
unification.
bro. Yeah,
Yeah.
Collazo and Zayas for unification. And I don't know. I think Chulo's fighting in March.
yeah.
So
He's going to Japan. That
Japan.
dude's
Yeah, he's going to
crazy,
Japan.
bro. I gotta give it to that dude, bro.
Nah, but that'll
Ramos.
be his third time going out to
Yeah,
Japan.
that ain't easy, bro.
Straight, bro. Straight. Them Japanese dudes hate him.
Oh man,
Hate him. They got voodoo dolls made after him.
let me tell you, man, it's not easy, but good for him, bro. Good for him. Let him do the shit,
Yeah.
bro.
And yo, and that young man Keith Cologne, the Puerto Rican superstar too, coming up. And then you
También,
also got,
también,
and
they
then
can
you
sneak his
also
ass
got
in there, yeah.
yeah, and then you also got what's his name there? The one my God, I'm missing his name here.
Towers, what's up, huh?
Frontline, help me out here.
Wow.
That his father's a champion too. What was a champion, two-time champion?
Puerto
Um,
Rican?
yeah, Juanita Lopez.
Well, yeah, well, I mean, that's what I'm talking about. It's time for to take over the garden again, bro. Like
Yo, but
Tito and all them.
all,
It's time for that
Yeah,
shit, bro.
we have some
The
all,
big
fighters.
house. I'm
Little
all
talking
those
about the
guys
Juanita,
you
big house,
little
mentioned,
bro.
Juanita, bro. That kick and fight, bro. That kick and fight. And then Cologne, keep Cologne. There's a couple of young, nice little Puerto Rican that I think that we could hold a good night in New York City, man, and bring
Yeah,
the people some exciting fights. Plus, watching Xander become the first, if he can
yeah,
do it, for a
yeah.
three-time
Undisputed,
unified
undisputed.
yeah, well, not undisputed. You only have three at the
It's
time.
pretty, yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
but
he'll be
I mean,
unified,
yeah,
unified. So he'll be the first Puerto Rican unified three belt champion. So that'll be a historical night, and he'll just be one more,
well,
infinity stone away from all four. So
hold
but
on, Edwin. Hold on, though. Hold on.
yeah,
If this is a big if what Deepwood says that you take Collazo and Zayas
oh,
on the
adding,
same card
oh, that'll be
at
even
Madison Square
historical.
Garden, it'll be both of them fighting for it. Because
It'll
if
be a
let's just say
monumental night in
it'll be
boxing
exactly.
for Puerto Rico.
Taduran or Jerusalem with
Yeah,
Collazo,
It'll be a
that'll be
monumental night for Puerto Rico. Yes, it would be.
they'll
That'll
both
be
be
incredible,
unified the
two
bro.
Puerto Rican
same time.
champions with
Yes.
three belts. Oh my God, bro! It's
It,
kind
it,
Say,
of
it,
like
I
yeah.
it
think
kind
they'll
of
shut
feels
the
like
Isla down.
mira, 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 mira,
Yeah,
mira,
yeah,
mírate esto, mírate esto, mírate esto, mírate esto. For us, for the Puerto Ricans, okay,
yeah.
because we've
Yes,
never gotten a four belt one, right? The equivalence of getting two Puerto Ricans on one night to have three belts is the
yeah,
equivalent to
unification by yeah,
is the
absolutely, bro.
equivalent to of having Terrence Crawford have all four belts and Naoya Inoue and fucking Usyk and the boxing world see that for the first time in history, where
And you know
so
what?
many guys had four belts or countries. You
Yeah,
see?
no, but they can't do it because we're talking about Puerto Ricans only, bro. Crawford had no other
No, no,
moreno,
no. But that's what I'm saying,
and,
Papi.
and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, Papi. Papi, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying it
Yeah,
would be the equivalence to that for us. It
yeah.
would be the equivalence of that because that would be a proud moment in Puerto Rican
Oh,
boxing just to
okay, good
obtain the
stuff, bro.
3-3. And that is going to be that big for us. So I want boxing fans to understand that if that ever took place and you see us jumping up
Historic,
and down,
historic,
bro, let us have
historic,
our moment.
historic, bro.
Let us
Historic.
have our moment.
Look,
Like
look at
that would
Gallo
be
taking
big for
shots
us.
at us. Look at Gallo taking shots at us.
You know Gallo's gonna take shots. Finally, that I
The
had
island's
boy.
going to touch all four belts. Mexico, we had it already, and we're going for it again.
Yo,
Tell him
listen.
it'll be a
Hey,
historic
hey,
moment, bro.
hey, that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. You know what I'm saying? You guys are like three times the size of us. So we'll
It
take
doesn't
it.
matter, bro.
So we'll
It's a
so we'll
historic
take
thing,
it.
bro.
We'll take it. You know what I'm saying? We'll take it.
And bring, you know what? Even if they bring the Irish dude over here, that's them people. They think people come over here too, bro. So what's his name? Freaking the Olympic kid there. They just beat the monster there. ¿Cómo se llama? El que le ganó al Rusio
El
at
Russo.
54. Kelly, Josh Kelly.
Oh, Josh Kelly.
Even if they bring his ass, them people travel, bro. So
Yeah.
that shit's gonna be freaking rocking, bro. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Hey, so
But the one thing I'm glad about living in the now, the Mexicans they can take shots at us, but right now
Damn,
we're
it's
on
so
top.
good. It's so good, bro.
What happened to
hey,
your guy?
That's so
What happened
good,
to your
bro.
boy with four belts?
Gallo,
Where the belts at?
Gallo, for anybody at 75, we got Najee Lopez.
Najee
Y
Lopez.
otro jovencito también que le den un chance a ese chamaquito también.
Najee
Let him
Lopez
get
is
his
a
shit, bro.
fucking problem.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
got we got
And that's
Hinder.
what you know. What you know what? That's the problem. That he is a problem, and people are just gonna step aside, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know how it works, bro. When there's a guy that's a real problem, and that's not, he's not known, people are gonna say, "Wait a minute, man. Let me get this guy. This guy's less a fighter, and I can make more money with this dude." And
Let
Hold
that's
me
the
on,
way it
address
works.
hold on,
Bobos
guys.
real
I wanna
quick.
I wanna show something on the screen.
Go
I
ahead while
want to
you pull
show
it up.
something because I know the boxing world is going to talk about this. I see what you're talking about, and I got to put it up on the screen. I gotta put it up right now. Check this out, guys. check this out. Check this out. Do
Oh,
you guys see
oh,
that?
whoa,
Hold on. Let me blow it up a little bit. I want you to look at it. Look at
whoa.
the chain that they're
I thought it was
making.
a little one, bro. It's a big pendant, bro.
Look at that's a boxing glove with a crown. A green boxing glove to represent the WBC,
WBC. Yep.
right? As green. Who's the
Mhm.
crown represent?
Oh, it got flags,
Ryan
bro.
Garcia, the king.
No, it got flags, bro. Like the belt. Check that shit out, bro.
Look. No, look. The WBC's letters are in the middle of it.
Uh,
These right there, it says WBC and it has the little guy with the swoosh, like the thing on the belt. That's
uh,
what's on there. That's what's
why?
on there. Look, let me see if I can
What
get it
the
better.
Fatback has it?
Look.
Fatback has it.
See,
Yeah,
let me tell you something. Look.
that's sneaky. That's
Wait.
sneaky
Look,
shit, bro.
I just
That's
want you
sneaky
to
shit.
look at it, right? Because I got something to say. I want you to get a good look at it. Look, I got something to say. People are already gonna say that that chain right there was made for one person,
I
and it
think so.
was made
I,
for Ryan Garcia to win
they
this
would
fight.
they would
The
say that,
the
and they
crown
could.
of the
That's
glove,
crazy.
which King Ryan Garcia refers himself as King Ryan Garcia. You get it? Okay. Now, same thing I said when Terrence Crawford beat Saul and he put the ring on. Notice the ring didn't fit him? Motherfucker, that wasn't sized for your finger. That ring was sized for Saul
They gave.
Canelo Alvarez's finger.
I didn't know they gave him a ring, bro. I didn't know that,
No,
bro.
the ring that Terrence Crawford got, I'm gonna pull it up right now. I'm gonna pull it up and I'm gonna
Cameron,
show
Hey,
they
you.
gave.
he
I
said he
didn't
said
know.
Bobo said go to like Google and type in WBC medallion. You'll get a better picture up close
Oh yeah?
and a clearer picture. And do the same thing with Bud for the ring. You're on mute.
I didn't know that Bud get a ring, bro. Check that shit out. Yeah, well, that's fucking conspiracy shit there, bro.
Me lo dice.
Diablo, bro. Se mandaron, bro, con tibota.
Yeah, but no, Oscar said it in the press conference. He said the crown stands for like the king of the division. That's what it meant. But you know us. We're gonna come up with conspiracies
Yeah,
left and
yeah.
right.
Yeah, no, but hey, let me tell you, man, that's a badass freaking medallion, bro. I ain't
Bro,
gonna
that
lie.
shit looks sick.
That shit is fire, bro. One of them things they put them out there. I'm good for one, but I ain't gonna pay. But I'm good for one. I already got one, but mine is gold. Pero no así con esos diamantes, está loco.
Look.
Zoom in on it, Edwin.
Oh shit! Does it get the flags? No,
You
no.
see it? No, it has the WBC like on the belt. It has
Okay,
the
okay, I
boxer
see
with
it.
all
Yeah,
the
yeah.
flags wrapped around. That's exactly what's on the belt. And then it says
Oh,
WBC. See it?
diablo, esos son diamantes, brother.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
What you think that ticket go for right there, Edwin?
Oh, that's
That's a
200
hundred
G's right there,
thousand, bro.
bro. That's like 200 G's, bro.
Now it might be 100. It might be a little less. I don't know.
If the chain's wrapped with diamonds, that's just 200, bro. Easy, bro.
Now the
Easy.
chain's just a rope, a regular
Okay.
rope, gold rope.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
And mind you, because it looks silver here, but this is all gold.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's
Diablo.
all gold. You know how sometimes silver looks like, I mean, gold looks like silver when it's back on the camera. I know because I wear a lot of gold, and it usually does that. So this is all gold. Now let's check out now, and then they say, "What the fuck does the WBC do?
Yo, that
Why
crown
is
is
it so
sick,
much
bro.
expensive? Look at this freaking chain, bro, to commemorate the night,
Yeah, Edwin, look at the crown, bro. Holy shit,
bro."
bro.
Bro, hey, listen, this chain was made for Ryan
what?
Garcia. If he
What
fucks up
the
this fight
fuck?
and they gotta put that chain around Mario Barrio, the WBC is gonna be like, we make you guys shit, but you guys just can't win.
Yo,
Yeah, but I don't
is there?
trust Ryan, bro. I don't. I really don't trust Ryan,
Huh?
bro. 'Cause I don't trust Ryan, bro. I think Ryan, after 5 rounds, if you don't knock out Bryo before 5 rounds, he's in trouble, bro. Because he's always gets tired. He's always getting tired, bro.
Oh yeah, what is the ring belt on the line? Because they had the ring
Mira
belt
la
up on the.
sortilla, mira la sortilla, mira la sortilla.
Diablo.
Watch this, se abre. Watch this, watch this. Let me see if he takes off the lid. He has to. Let me see. Hold on. It's buffering
What,
now. What the fuck? Hold on.
what do you mean
Oh yeah,
the
did
top?
you guys see the
Watch,
Ring
watch, watch, watch,
magazine
watch,
belt?
watch, 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 watch. Beep. Watch. Look, 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 look. Beep.
What are you
Come on.
doing?
Wait, my man. Turn it. Don't
What are you
pop
trying
it
to
off.
what are you trying to
Show
do,
him how
bro?
to do it, Terrence Crawford. Turn it. Turn it. There you go. Look,
Oh,
the ring they fought is in the arena, is in the ring.
oh shit! They made the arena the ring. Okay.
And it has the diamonds inside of it.
Yeah, that's just slick as hell.
And it says the names of the fighter inside of it. Both the men that fought on that night to commemorate the moment of that night. That ring is a one of a kind. In
Hey, so
50 years,
Bobo's
100 years from now, when Terrence Crawford's dead and gone, that ring's going to be worth millions. That
Bobo's
was
just
in a
said that.
mega fight where Terrence Crawford became 3-time undisputed and beat the great Mexican fighter in Saul Canelo Alvarez.
Hey, he said the WBC released a statement explaining the meaning and the price. It was 400,000 for that.
Ooh,
They
I
did?
told you that was deep. Yeah, it was deep, bro.
Damn.
I
Yo,
told
go
you that
to
shit was deep.
you got to go to the WBC website.
Okay. Yeah,
But
because I'm just
Edwin,
learning about the
didn't you see
chain.
the crown? You
I
see
would,
the crown it had?
yeah,
The crown itself had diamonds like crazy.
like crazy. Yo, listen, I'm learning about the chain right now. You know
I
what I'm
know.
saying? When you guys told me, but it just goes to show you. Look at the shit that the WBC does, and then people are like, "Oh, their sanctioning fees are high." Yeah, because you fucking
No,
we're the
no, they do.
best.
He does. I mean, he's phony, but he does a lot of shit for the fighters. He does that, man.
Yo,
And if you
listen,
give a
what
guy a
belt
break,
does it?
let him give a
What
break,
belt
bro. You
does it?
know,
What organization doesn't do corrupt,
that's
funny
not.
shit?
That's the thing that he don't think he's out there. He says it, and it happens, and he says, "Okay, I did that." What's the problem? The other guys don't, bro. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right. So Mauricio Suleiman's a G man, and if you think that your product is better than all the rest, what's wrong with you charging more if you feel like you're the Rolls Royce of the belts? A Rolls Royce doesn't charge Timex prices. No, we're not a Timex. We're a Rolls Royce, and we're gonna keep our standard high because we do Rolls Royce shit. That's it, and I can respect him for
And
that.
that's why that green belt. Everybody wants that green belt,
That's
bro.
why
I don't care
everybody
what
wants
anybody
it.
says, bro.
I
Everybody
want that
wants that green belt, bro.
You're damn
That's it.
right.
Ain't that crazy, bro? That fucking green belt, bro. Everybody chases it, bro.
It's because of fighters like Mayweather, man. They knew once they got fighters like Mayweather, Sugar Ray Leonard, to rep
Uh,
the Marvelous Hagler,
Ali,
you guys
Ali,
got
around,
you guys got history on that belt, bro. Mike Tyson had that belt. Fucking man, so many great fighters had that WBC world title. It's just fighter after champion, great champion. That's
I
what makes
remember
that belt so
When
good.
Gomez had it, bro. When he was on that streak knocking out everybody. When I was a kid, that green belt, like that was the meaning of everything to todos los boricuas en Puerto Rico,
Yeah,
loco.
man.
Yo me recuerdo de eso, bro. When I was
Yeah,
young, bro.
it's just a legendary belt, man, and they do a lot, man. I'm now looking at the chain. He's saying it's 400 and some thousand.
Yeah,
Boy, then the
that crown
fucking
alone, bro.
sanctioning fees for that belt is 100 G's plus. Then you giving them 100 G's, they giving you a 400,000 chain. So it's like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah, that's that fuckery that these
nah,
boxers are.
these dudes are just trying to skate out on the plug and shit on the WBC on their way out.
You know how they're about the
That's all they're
sanctions,
doing. That's
bro.
all they're
Yeah,
doing.
Hey,
man.
low key, I agree with that statement 150%. He says that he thinks that Dana and Sheik have them acting like that. I
I,
stand with that statement. I
I
could agree with
believe.
that statement.
What do you mean? What do you mean acting like that? In what way? What do you? I'm
Me
lost.
so he's saying that he's thinking, which I think the same way. Dana White and Turkey Al Sheik are putting in these boxers' heads that don't pay the sanctioning fees. These belts don't mean
Yeah,
nothing.
yeah. But it'll never happen. Mira, mi hermano.
Mira, mira,
El
espérate, mi
boxeo
hermano.
ha estado en el mundo hundreds of years, bro.
Right,
Those shit will never, ever add up to what do they call it? FUSA, whatever the fuck it is. That
Zufa.
shit will never compete with boxing, bro. With the
Yeah, it
organizations,
just
never,
doesn't have
bro.
no history. It doesn't have
Never,
no
bro.
time
Never.
behind it. It doesn't
The
have no
fighter's
legacy.
always gonna want a belt, bro.
Yeah, yeah. It's just Sufa just doesn't have no legacy, no time
Yeah.
behind it. It just doesn't have that kind of, and as far as Dana White and Turkey Alashi, I believe I was the one on Round One Sports Talk that I sat here with Frontline and I try to tell the public I have no proof on this. I'm just spitballing here. But I think Dana White and Turkey Alashi are trying to destroy boxing from within. They're trying to employ boxing, make boxers turn on each other, fans on each other's. Belts ain't shit.
Yep.
And all this
I
stuff.
wouldn't count on this shit. But the thing is, bro, I mean, they can sign whoever they want, anybody, any superstar. If the superstar can't fight for a freaking belt, see you later, because they love the belts, bro. And that Zufa
No,
belt ain't gonna do it, bro.
Bobby, you got to understand that what they're doing is like Edwin said. They're trying to eliminate the alphabet belts
Oh
and
yeah.
make the Sufa belt. So when they fight for the Sufa belt, they're trying to make that Sufa belt supposedly be bigger than the WBC,
Right.
bigger than
I
the
That's
told you
what-
that
WBO.
that's it.
online.
And the only
Yep.
reason that happens because UFC, right? It's not been along for a little bit, all right? Not as long as boxing. So he took that
No.
shit as a baby. Boxing's already been there for hundreds of years. You understand what I'm
Right.
No,
saying?
yeah, but yeah, that's the problem. You hit the nail right, the hammer right on the nail,
Yeah,
right?
bro.
The thing is that boxing's been he had a product that really
Yeah,
didn't
he took it for
flourish.
the baby, yeah, and put it up
Yeah,
himself. Yeah, bro.
yeah. It's a different situation.
Yeah, bro.
Just like that one belt theory won't work if you just calmly look at the landscape. The only reason why one belt works in the UFC, your division consists of 65 people. That's the biggest your division
And,
is, right?
you're a sport like me, man. We're sport addicted, right? Listen, they tried the USFL football, right? They tried the CBA in basketball, right? All those people wanted to take down the NFL, take down the NBA, take down baseball. And what happened?
No, it doesn't happen. Look,
Bobby, but what Edwin was saying on a
what I'm
live
saying,
before
what I'm saying,
is
wait, frontline. Let me finish my thought. So what I'm saying is the reason why one belt won't work in boxing because in one division, on average, you got over a thousand three
And just
hundred fighters.
come on, man. Yeah,
A
they ain't gonna wait
thousand
for that.
three hundred in
Yeah,
one just one division on average. So what I'm saying is, if you had one belt and let's say the champion got sick or broke his hand, you would hold up 1,299 careers because you got no one can fight you if only one belt
no,
existed.
it won't
Boxing
happen,
is
bro.
too big. We have evolved. We
Yeah,
have evolved from one belt to two belts. We evolved from two belts to three belts to please the market because boxing is so big. There's room for multiple champions in boxing. In the UFC, it works one belt because on your entire roster got 400 fighters.
that's right, man. And it's not.
The numbers don't add up. That's why we cannot go
Lo,
back to
lo matan.
the
They'll
era.
kill the
We
fight.
can't.
They'll kill the
We can't
fighters,
go
bro. They'll
back
kill the
there.
fighters because
Boxing is too big.
They will have to fight every 3 months.
Yeah,
They would.
boxing
You
is
know what
too
I'm
big.
saying?
Yeah,
To
you would have
keep
to fight every
you
3 months exactly to
know what
please
I
everyone
mean?
in the division.
It'll kill somebody,
It'll
bro.
kill someone. You can't go back to a one belt era. We've evolved. We're too big
that.
as a
Pero
sport.
Deep Woods, what Edwin
Yeah,
talked about on his live before was
dime.
that ¿te acuerdas Bellator?
Yeah. Ah,
Okay,
también. Okay, yeah.
what did Dana White do with
He
Bellator?
bought him out. Lo compró. He bought him out, and the other
But
one, right? There was
but
like three of them.
Yep.
yeah, but what he did was he made
ECW.
their best fighter fight his best fighter, and
Mm-hmm.
then he told the world, "You see, my shit is better than your shit." That's what he's gonna try to do
To
with
do
Right.
boxing.
I wouldn't
exactly
doubt. I mean,
frontline. That's
he's gonna go
exactly
hard.
what he's gonna try to do. That
He's
is
gonna go
exactly
hard.
he's gonna try to take the Sufa champion and beat the alphabet champion and then announce his belt as that's what his game plan. Now, whether or not he can pull it off and get some Sufa champions to beat our real champions, his first shot at it is with Jai.
Yeah.
That's his first shot. That's where he's gonna try to take that Sufa belt and have him collect the alphabet belts, but and then in a way maybe vacate the alphabet belts and claim the strength of the Sufa belt. If you can get the best fighters on Sufa, that's when the tide changes.
Yeah,
Now
but
he's trying to get fighters like who? Bam Bam Rodriguez going to Sufa. If Bam Bam Rodriguez can unify on Sufa and then hold up the Sufa belt, it's gonna give it power. So what they gotta do is they gotta step. Sufa wants to run before it crawls, but there's gonna be a long time, at least 20 years.
I got a question, Edwin. Do you think that like Opataya, he got the IBF, right? IBF championship, right? Something like that, or
Right?
Yes,
right?
Yes.
So
yes.
you think the IBF is just gonna stand there and not do nothing? And if
No,
they can't be, they'll strip him, bro.
no,
They'll
No,
take
but
the
Bobo
but
belt.
said.
but but yeah, but the IBF is under the rules. You are still boxing in a professional setting. It doesn't matter
Mhm.
where it's called.
But if you're not
Yeah,
recognized, what's going on, bro? I mean, you know how I gotta be recognized? That's my belt, bro.
Yeah, no. The IBF
You know,
will
you
recognize
understand?
you as the
And
champion.
and I gotta be in the ring with that shit. I can't be
well,
outside of the. You know what I'm saying?
according to
Yeah, I wonder
Bobos,
how that's gonna work.
according
Yeah,
to
That's a
Bobos,
good
he's been
question. I
here.
wonder how that's gonna work.
According to Bobos, he's been hearing that the IBF might strip overtime.
yeah. I get. I'm telling you, that's my belt, and you're not gonna recognize me. Come on now, that shit don't work like that, man. Mira, le doy una pata para el carajo, loco.
No. You just brought up an interesting and something to my attention right now.
Es
If
verdad.
the IBF is not recognized in that ring, they're gonna take their belt away from him.
Absolutely. Absolutely, bro. And you know
They
what?
don't
Edwin,
play
they
that
should.
shit.
And
They
they
don't
should.
play
And
that
they should.
shit.
And they
Remember,
should take it, right?
remember when Turkey tried to his first attempt to try to take the belt out of your mind? What was the first fight that he really came in and sabotaged the night on a fourth belt fight night? Well, five because the Ring magazine was involved too, right? It was that David Arthur Benavides against
Mm-hmm.
Demetrius Bivol. Remember
People,
when
yeah.
he made up that belt? It said
Yeah.
unified. It was like a hubcap with the big word unified, and they had him holding that. I mean, it said you undisputed. I'm sorry, it said undisputed on the belt, not unified. It said undisputed, and I was looking at the belt and I was saying that belt wasn't on the line tonight.
That
What the fuck is that hubcap? Your hold. That's not what I wanted to see you.
is crazy, bro.
I wanted to see you draped around with all the belts, your hard work. And
Oh,
this
Diablo, Edwin.
Cincy,
motherfucker tried to
Tú
come
la
in,
haces, Edwin. Tú la haces, loco.
oh,
bro.
Cincy, that's the Puerto Rican in him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that shit is
no,
garbage.
I love it, my man. I love it.
That shit was garbage. I was like, the hell is that undisputed hubcap right there?
It,
What the
it,
hell
it,
is that?
it went right over your head. It went right over your heads. Oh, Cincy said, "Cuz loud as hell," and I said, that's the Puerto Rican in him.
Oh, that's me. Yeah.
No, but es verdad, that's another thing. Even Turkey is trying to do in boxing. It's been around for too long, bro. These people, and they're not stupid. The people on these organizations, ellos no son pendejos, loco. Ellos saben lo que hacen. They invest. They know how to fucking. Even that
Yeah,
little organization in Puerto Rico, which one? The WBO, right? That dude works his ass off, bro.
yeah.
That dude's
And
always
then
trying to do
and then
shit for.
Turkey.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Turkey also tried to take the belts away in the Tyson Fury and Usyk fight, right? And then at the end, when they did the walkout, they had the belts on the table. He allowed
Hmm.
it when that happened, when the press conference at
Hmm.
the last day. But Turkey's
Yeah.
been trying to battle for these belts for a long time.
And matter of fact, I got a story that WBO, Gustavo Oliveri, because Dana White wasn't trying to recognize his belt. If whichever one, Crawford or Canelo, you know what I'm saying? He didn't want the
Yeah.
organizations to be there. And he said, no, my belt's on the line. I'm going to be there, bro. I'm going to be on the ring. And he said, I swear to God, I'm in that fucking ring with my belts. And if he wins, I'm going to do it. And he did, bro.
Yo, check it out. Check this out. Check
Hey,
this out, right?
Edwin, hold on real quick. Let me read
Yeah.
this so you can address it.
Go ahead.
Anthony says, "Nah, y'all dead wrong. We don't need four belts. We have too many email champs and title holders that are not good. It's just greed. Yeah, there are a ton of boxers globally, most not active."
That's
No,
the
but
problem. That's
I
wait. Let
understand
me
that,
answer
like, the,
this. Wait. Let me
yeah,
answer this. Let me answer this. Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. See, here's the problem with all of that. When boxers don't become active and they're only fighting one time a year, like Terrence Crawford, it holds a lot of things up. And the market to make money with multiple champions, there's so many fighters that you can have different flavors. You can have a Tank Davis, you can have a Shakur Stevenson, and you can have a Devin Haney coexisting in the same division and all be labeled champion. It's a very exciting time, right? What kills boxing are all these bullshit interim and regular belts.
There you go. I
That's
was going to
what
thank you,
kills
Edwin. Thank you. I don't have to
boxing.
say it, bro. Thank you.
That's
Thank you.
what kills
The
it. All this
interim, yeah,
fucking
yeah.
WBC,
Yeah,
gold,
yeah.
silver, youth, continental, Pacific,
That's it.
all
There
that
you
shit
go.
that they charge sanctioning fees for
Yeah,
because you pay on
yeah.
every title, whether it's a
There you
minor,
go.
whether it's a fuck, you
There you
pay for
go.
that belt. So the organizations went crazy, and I have to agree. But if
Yeah,
we kept it, the four major with the
yeah.
ring, right?
With the mandatory, just the mandatory,
And
just the
okay,
mandatory.
okay, yeah,
You know what I
we
mean?
got the four major, right?
Yeah,
Forget about the mandatories, right? We got the mandatories that are challenging, right?
yeah,
If any reason the champion cannot perform, let's say he gets injured,
yeah.
sick, he has a valid excuse, that's when you enter the interim belt. The
Correct.
interim
With
belt
with the
under the
mandatory
rule
number one.
structure,
Yeah, okay.
under
Yes.
the rule structure, the interim belt cannot be defended. You must mandatory fight the champion upon his
Champion.
return.
Exactly. Exactly, bro.
Upon his return, you have to fight the champion immediately to unify the belt and use interims for what they're for.
Four.
Only
Exactly.
in emergency
The
situations
situations.
where
Yeah.
that the champion cannot perform,
It's
you enter the interim. He does not go on a fucking interim title run like David
no.
Benavidez, where he's making defenses on an interim belt. You're not
No, you
supposed to
can't do
put
that.
title
No,
defenses on
no,
an
you can't
interim.
do that. That's crazy.
You're not
That's
supposed
the
to
thing.
do
Yeah,
that.
they
You're
gotta get
supposed
rid
to
of that
fight the
shit, bro.
champion right
Champion, beat the
away
man.
when he comes back from whatever his problem was. And I
Yeah.
think that would fix boxing and would put respect on the champions, the four that are champions. It would really because I think the belts are watered down because of all these interim shit.
Elevations water it down. You know when they elevate you
Yeah,
and you don't fight the
yeah,
champ.
yeah. I'm
That's it. I
I'm in
don't get that.
agreement we should cut out some of these belts, but we
Yeah.
can't go back down to a
No,
four
no,
one
not
belt
like
era.
the regional belts. Fighters like those regional belts. You know the NABF and shit like that.
Yeah,
That's a different level. They like that shit because they growing. But the interim shit and the super nah, man, you can't do that, man. No, the interim
nah.
shit, no.
So wait,
All
Edwin.
that gold,
So
silver,
you're saying,
platinum, diamond shit gotta go.
so hold on, Edwin. So you're saying that Boogie's belt don't mean shit then?
No, Boogie's belt is a paper belt. You know what I'm saying? That's why I got stripped. You know
Yeah. Hey, you guys make my day, man. I'm just having a little kick because it's this time that we need this shit, bro. I'm a
yeah,
little
man.
older
We
than
need,
you
of
guys, and
course.
you guys give me the love, and I try to give it all back to you, bro, because that's how it
Thank
is.
you,
You know what
man.
I'm saying?
That's what it's all about. We here at Round One Sports Talk, and we help the
Yeah,
people out and relationships.
yeah.
Boogie. He got Allie. You know what I'm saying? That's a match made in heaven right there. You know what I mean? When
Hey,
people want to challenge for her
hey,
hand in marriage,
You got a badass co-host too, bro. My man's no
yeah,
joke,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
Much
My
love
man
hey,
to him,
D
bro.
Westside,
Woods,
he'll
and
be
not to
there.
mention, not to
Yeah,
mention that the chat in this fucking in this channel, dude, they the
yeah.
fucking best. But
Oh,
they know
we're
how
the
to
best
talk
chat,
shit.
the
They know
best
That's
how
chat.
to
what it's all
talk
about, right?
shit.
Keep it busy, bro. Keep it running, bro. No, all love, bro. You can do that. Understand? They think that you have to hate shit and be mean to people. Nah, man. Just keep the fucking
Nah,
chat going with love, bro. Let's do this shit, bro.
Nah,
yeah,
You
nah,
know
nah,
what
man.
I
nah, nah, nah.
mean?
No love, no
There's a
love.
lot of
Like right
channels out
now,
there. If you want to watch boxing, I get it because some days I'm in an argumentative mood. Some days I want to go
Yeah,
on and debate. Some days I got a
yeah,
channel for this and that. But if you just want to have a great time, cool, relaxing, just regular shit talking, come here around One Sports Talk. Hang
yeah.
out with us. You know what I'm saying? Hang out
I'm a
with the
sports
guys
junkie
here
too, bro.
with the chat, man. We be rocking out here, man. Especially when we be out here calling these fights. Tune in on the watch party with Ryan Garcia. We're all gonna be here. We're gonna be going for the Notre Dame's world title. I gotta warn you guys, I'm a pretty big winner. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a
Yeah, how
little
much
eh,
are we up
difficult
on
to
the
beat me.
Mexicans? How much are we up on the Mexicans?
don't
But
start that right now, D boys, because estos cabrones se encabronan de nada.
De verdad. No diga.
Yeah,
It's
Yo, the
all good,
Mexicans
bro.
are like the worst losers. They
Yo,
No, you
yo
know, I bet, yo tengo pan de pana.
when their guys lose, they don't claim them.
they
When
don't claim
No,
them.
se esconden. Se esconden. Who, they be like, who?
Hey yo,
Who you
Frontline be
talking
going.
about? Who?
Frontline be going back to back with them dudes, man. I love it, man.
nah,
Frontline.
Yeah,
I love the
I
chat
know.
though, cause they be making me laugh, and that's what it's
No,
about, bro. It's a
No,
it's
no, no,
sport.
no.
funny.
But don't get it fucked up because don't get it fucked up, guys. Because don't say that Frontline is like against Mexicans and shit. Because
No,
remember,
he ain't,
he got
bro.
Duarte in the fight.
Yeah. No.
He's got
And frontline, hey,
Duarte,
frontline
and
does it. I
Frontline's
told you,
been
you get
backing
a badass
Duarte the
co-host.
whole time. So you gotta give
Yo,
him his
I'm a fucking Latino through and
Yeah,
period.
through. Like, I mean, I'm
Period.
Puerto Rican, obviously, but when it comes down to it, by
yeah,
Latinos and
bro.
all the way, fuck that.
I got you. I got you, Frontline.
You know what I mean? It is what it is. I mean, that's the way I listen, man. I'm OG from New York, and that's the way it was,
Always.
bro. And that's the way it is, bro. You know what I mean? We somos Latino at the end of the game. I'm going my Latino, bro. And especially on a 50-50 fight like that, bro. That's
Mm.
easy. That's easy, bro.
Yeah,
Hey
I
yo, we
fuck.
we got two and R&B singers fighting on this night too. You got Frank the Ghost Martin fighting Albright, and both of them got videos where they're both singing. Two
Get the fuck
R&B
out of
singers.
here.
Hey, but didn't Albright was the kid that beat the Davis boys, right? The
Yeah,
Davis
well,
boys.
yeah, he lost to
Yeah,
Keyshawn Davis, but it got overturned or no contest because Keyshawn tested positive for marijuana, and then he just beat Keyshawn's older brother, but and then they jumped him in the locker room
Yeah,
after
they
the
jumped
fight.
him.
They
What do you
jumped
mean
him
they
where
jumped him?
yeah,
What
they
do you
oh,
mean?
you don't know about it?
Le entraron a palo y mierda así. O
See?
they,
Oh
yeah.
yes, and then
oh,
Keyshawn had
fuck, bro.
his
¿Tú
like
sabes cómo son
four,
esa gente?
and then Keyshawn had
Yeah.
like his 4 month old kid outside. Yo, check this out. He had his 4 month old kid outside in the hallway on his stroller against the wall while everybody was fighting in the hallway.
Like bare knuckle shit. They beat down
Yes,
así.
yes,
Yeah, bro.
yes, yes, yes.
That shit. Nah, man. I got no respect for that shit, bro. How the fuck, nah, bro. Nah, man. You don't do. I hope this dude fucking kicks this dude's ass now, man. I wish. See, I didn't know that, bro. You know what I
No,
mean?
but it wasn't it wasn't Albright's fault. It was the Davis brothers' fault. They went to
That's what I'm
Yeah,
Albright's
yeah.
saying.
locker.
All three
That's what
brothers
I'm
jumped
saying.
him.
How do you? And he got like four brothers, right? And like six sisters and shit like that. That Davis dude, he does, bro. Mira pa allá, and they had to jump this dude in the locker room. You say in his fucking
Yeah, no, in the locker room. Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
instead of going to the locker room and
Hey, yo, and you know
congratulating
what
them.
made it so bad? You want to know what made it so bad? That he fought in Virginia, Keyshawn Davis, because he's from
guy.
Virginia,
He's from
right?
there. He's from there. Yeah, he's from
Right. Check it
Virginia.
out, check it out, check it out. The day before that, they gave him the key to the city. The next day, he's on the news for jumping this dude in the fucking thing. They
Oh,
taking the key to the city away from him.
yeah, bro. Ese tipo, he must have problems, bro. He must
Bro,
have fucking.
Es un tremendo huele bicho.
What that young that could be right too, man. Hey, man, hey, that could be right too, but that's just fucking crazy. I mean, think about that. You gave you, and then you, who does that shit,
they
bro?
gave you the
You
key
know what
to
I
the
mean?
city. They had you on a podium. They had the people in the city come out and support you. And then the next day, you were the main event in the fight that you missed weight, and the fight never went on. And the main event went to Abdullah Mason. And then your brother loses while your fight gets canceled, and then you and your other brothers
Was that the
jump
Dallas
them in
Santos
the
shit?
fucking thing.
Was that the Dallas Santos fight, right?
Yes.
No,
Then
Yes.
I
yes,
was,
yes,
wow, that happened during that. Holy shit.
yes. It was a
That's a,
complete
yeah, yeah.
meltdown.
What the? Listen, man. I mean,
Damn, D boy,
I've
estás
been around.
atrasadito.
No, es que, mira, muchachos, yo tengo 8 nietos y I keep busy, bro. You know what I'm saying? No, yo me tiro lo tuyo y ahí estoy solo. You know what I'm saying? I like to
Yeah,
keep busy too, but I like to
Yeah.
be in the loop like this. I rather hear it like this with you guys. Pero mira, esa mierda, I've been around the game, bro. That shit will never happen back in the day, bro, because you couldn't. You couldn't do it. You couldn't want. They will
Well,
space
no,
you out
back in the
for
day, it would have happened worse, though. I think because
nah,
see back,
nah.
yeah, because that's
They
not the
didn't have
crazy.
people like this, bro. They didn't have people like this, bro. Like they
What do you
didn't have
mean? Mike
people.
Tyson was biting people's ears off and
No,
spitting it
that's
back
in
out
the
in the
ring.
ring.
Yeah, that's in the yeah, that's in the ring, bro. Pero no, mira, mi hermano, así no, no, mi hermano. I never.
well,
Anyways, bro,
well,
I
Mike
never
Tyson
saw it.
knocked
I
out
never
Mitch
saw it.
Green.
I never saw it. I never
Mike
saw it.
Tyson knocked out Mitch Green buying a jacket,
Oh, but
and
that was outside, man. With blood
outside.
rich green. That was in a restaurant, bro. In
Yeah.
Brooklyn. I remember that shit, bro. And then he ended up giving him a fight too. You don't
Yes.
know him? Yeah,
No, he went the distance with Mitch Green. He went the distance
yeah,
with him.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think he knocked him down. I'm not sure, but I
He did.
forget.
He
I
did.
forget.
He
But
had him
I
crawling for a
remember he
little
went the
bit.
distance. Another bizarre thing I see in boxing. Remember the Riddick Bowe fight when the dude flew in
Oh
Las
man,
Vegas? He had like
yeah, man, yeah.
the fucking propeller,
The fan
the
guy, the
fan
fan
thing.
guy,
Yeah, and he flew in. They started
and they
beating the shit
cracked
out
him.
of him.
Yeah, they
They
cracked him. Yeah,
started
they
beating
started
the shit
cracking him
out.
with.
Yeah.
Ustedes son viejos con cojones.
Nah,
Ah,
so
vete a lo
what?
de
Like
mira, que ya me jodí, brother. Me quieren jodir con este, brother. But tú sabes que I can say I lived it, bro. You know what I'm
hey,
saying?
you
It's
lived
all
it,
good,
Nah, I'm
baby.
not
bro.
too
I was
far
there.
behind.
Yo, I was there when Jesus and Moses got into it. You know what I'm saying? I was the referee.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey,
They
listen,
fought
I
in
was a
sandals. They
yeah.
fought in sandals.
Hey, my kids be saying, "Damn, pops, what happened, bro?" I said, "What happened, motherfucker? I had you. I was a father of 15 and never left you, motherfuckers. That's what happened, bro."
Yeah. See, he didn't have a TV. That's why he didn't watch the fight. He got
Yeah, bro.
15
No,
kids.
no, but mira,
There
I
was no
wouldn't trade it for
TV.
nothing. I
You know
wouldn't
what
trade it for nothing.
I mean? There was
I
no
wouldn't
time
trade
for
it.
TV.
Hey, you guys are incredible, man.
Yo,
I'm
man.
gonna hop
Yes.
off because tengo
All
que
right.
llevar la perro afuera. Pero mira, thanks for the
Yeah.
love, man.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll
Dale,
see you here
Front line,
Saturday.
you're the man, bro. You keep
Thank
that
you.
shit rolling with my man, man.
Thank you,
Keep
brother.
dale,
busting him,
papi.
bro. You guys be blessed, bro.
Edmund's my brother, boy.
All right,
Absolutely.
be his
Yep.
wing, my man. Much love, man.
Much
Be
love,
safe.
brother.
Dale, dale, papi. You
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, man. Those are some interesting fights and shit. I can actually say I've been around a long time and I saw some of these fights. And some went my way, some didn't. I saw Felix Trinidad. I was in attendance when he fought Bernal Hopkins in New York City. It was a sad night for me, man. I was watching Trinidad finally like lose for the first time because we knew there was nobody beating him at 147. He was just too much, man. And if Trinidad was on a roll, man, I think he had like 14 title defenses and shit, some shit like that. I'm not, don't hold me to that number. I might be off on the number, but he had a lot of title defenses down there. I think there was 19 total. There was a skip where he had a belt, he had a fight that wasn't for nothing. And then he went back on his title runs. But yeah, a lot of these fights. That's why I love boxing. That's why I watch boxing. I watch boxing to watch two men fight. That's what I watch it for. I want to see another guy flat on his back, looking up at the ceiling. That's what I want to see. I want to see somebody get brutally knocked out. That shit never gets old for me. Um, I have a I have a violent side and a violent nature about myself. Boxing has helped me channel that. It helped me. It gave me an outlet. I wish I would have stayed more disciplined to the sport, but I started to learn it late. Without a father figure in my life, I was basically left to my own devices and I made the wrong choices. But I can look back now as a man that enjoys the sport and I love talking with it about you. And when I look back, I see what boxing provided. It also provided a lot of men and women a way out, a way out. And boxing was a sport that really called and, it wanted a lot of you. It's truly a lonely man sport. You really got to be alone to be a boxer. It's true. Because in order to get to that level, it takes too much out of you. You don't have time for anything else. And it's the kind of sport where it really tests you as a man. In boxing, you got to have your shit together. What do I mean by that? While you being attacked, you have to be calm under pressure. You have to know how to think while somebody's trying to punch your head off. under pressure, when to relax. It teaches you a lot about yourself. And if you're ever out in a high risk situation, you'll be calm because boxing teaches you that. It teaches you to relax and flow. It's an art like two men mano a mano across from each other. There's nothing else I see better in this world. Combat. And that's for me. That's for me. There are a lot of men and women like me that we need this. We wake up, we go to sleep thinking about fighting. You're not broken. There's nothing wrong with you. You're just fine. Come here to Round One Sports Talk where you can hang out with people and men and women that love the same sport and see the same passion. And even if you're a crazed fan or just a gambler, come join us. Let's talk boxing. Frontline, thank you for hopping on today. I'm going to cut this live stream right here. Tune in Saturday night, probably be the next night I go on. I have still plans in the mix. A lot of you know my situation right now, and I'm still going through some things. But thank you for hopping on for me tonight. This is really, truly therapy for me. Takes my mind away from a lot of things I have going on in my life. And I hope that I was able to provide that for you as well tonight. Frontline to my co host, you're always the shit. Thank you for always hopping on, reading the chats, keeping the flow of the show. All to everybody in the Round One Sports Talk chat family, to all my Round One members. Thank you. I see you guys. I see you guys. Thank you for joining, becoming a member, and we'll get things rolling here at Round One, and you guys will also be getting more benefits as members. But as members right now, I want to know let you know what your membership does for me. I save up money. I go to these fights. I get these interviews. I seek these. I buy equipment. I buy backgrounds. I always put it back into my product because I love what I'm building here with you guys here, the thousands of Round One Sports Talk fans and supporters that tune in every day for this show. I can't thank you enough. Yo, good night, everyone. Peace. You guys are